to his credit this year on kickoff returns. And they try to keep it away from him, and they do.
Bigfoot, big kick.
So let's look at our starting lineups for Bethune-Cookman. That's brought to you by Ford, built Ford proud. Bethune-Cookman's offensive line averages 298 pounds with 3 freshmen starting. That's Forney, Puckett, and Schultz. Running back, another freshman, Dennis Palmer, 126 yards a week ago against Mississippi Valley. In the receiving core, you've got Nance and Huggins, 13 receptions each. So it'll be first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And that'll be for this Bethune-Cookman team. First drive.
Charlie, a big key in this game will be protecting Luke Sprague right now. Jackson State is just stacked on that front with their defensive guys. See if they can keep him out of Sprague's face.
No, they keep it on the ground on the first play. They gain about 3 yards on the play, out to the 25-yard line. Let's look at the defense for Jackson State right now. The defense leads the SWAC in sacks with 20 so far this season. Josh Nobles has 7 of those sacks. Linebackers Reed Pulliam leads the team in tackles. Secondary, Guthrie, Wiggins, 2 interceptions each. Second down and 6. Turning the corner, coming to the right side.
Got some room.
First down, and still rolling with some reckless abandon that time on the run.
That's Dennis Palmer, Charlie, the freshman. He's out there running like a madman. Give him the rock, he will deliver. They find a nice space. Look at the blocking out front. Got the big man leading the way. Number 7'9", Antoine Wells, and a nice pickup. First down, moving the chains.
Palmer, quite a story for the freshman from Jensen Beach, Florida, not far from here. It is first down and 10. He did a great job for them a week ago. That is Mr. Palmer. 126 yards on 27 carries last week.
Good defensive pursuit here. They got fooled on the last one, but got that jersey there. Nice job on the defense. Coming up strong for that tackle. That was Ashton Taylor. Yeah, getting it done just by the hair of that jersey. But again, the pursuit got him there in time to get some fingers on him.
Back to pass. Sprague. Chisholm, the receiver.
I believe that was Marcus Velez, the tight end, yeah.
Chisholm on the stop, I should say.
Yes, yeah. Velez actually had a nice chance to bump into his parents downstairs. They came up and thanked us, Charlie. They said, we love what you're doing. Hopefully you can give our son some love. That's Marcus Velez. Great parents, great start for that young man.
Handoff straight into the gut. They keep the ball on the ground. That is Bethune-Cookman. Running straight ahead.
Helmets flying everywhere.
Dennis Palmer, Alan Walker coming up to make the stop defensively as the helmet came off of Palmer, so he's going to have to check out of the lineup temporarily.
Yeah, they really like what he's doing this year. Again, just out of high school, good size, 5'10", 200. He knows how to tote that mail. They'll be going to him early and often.
Courtney Reese in the lineup right now beside the quarterback, Luke Sprague.
Toying around on defense, showing that blitz. You mentioned they know how to get those sacks, so they're going to try to put pressure on. Looks like they're coming.
This is a fourth down play. Wide open, and it's complete inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Robert McDaniel on the stop, but the reception made that time by Thomas Nance, the tight end, a grad student out of Eagle Lake, Florida.
6'3", 270 pounds. Look at the big man hauling it in, flypaper hands, big chunk of yardage, driving for the goal line.
Reese stays in the lineup to the left side of his quarterback, Sprague. First down, and now Reese moves, gets back in place. Almost a penalty, right? Reese to the left side, and he will not get into the end zone as K.J. Chisholm, a true freshman, he came up with a big stop.
Look at this, like a rocket through the line. That is a nice open field tackle. He came up, wrapped him up. You'll see that a lot of times, Charlie, guys come up, try that big hit, and people bounce off. He did a nice job of driving through like a heat-seeking missile, takes him down, says, not this time, 2nd and 10.
Right, Chisholm out of Beaufort, South Carolina, true freshman.
Looking like a veteran on that play.
Looking right. Sprague throws, has a man open, and has got a touchdown into the end zone. no problem. And coming out of the backfield to make that reception is Mr. Reese.
Now, Malik Huggins actually on that catch, number 9. Yeah, he did a nice job of shaking the defenders back in the end zone. And give credit to Luke Sprague on that one, Charlie. He rolls out his line, giving him time to work, and he finds it. Frozen rope here. Really nice job leading him, and he pulls it in. Malik Huggins makes the great grab back of the end zone. That is how you want to open up your drive at homecoming, fresh off their first victory of the year. They've got the momentum, Charlie Neal.
Starting at their own 25. Here's the point after. It's up 7-0.
That's how you put it on the board at homecoming. Luke Sprague working his magic to Malik Huggins right in our faces, right in your living room. 7-0 ball game. We're back after the break.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
Catch all the laughs here on the Griot Classics. The Jeffersons.
Oh, hi.
Sanford and Son.
You big dummy.
Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
The Cosby Show.
Absolutely.
227.
Mary.
Good Times.
Dynamite.
Old friends. Lots of laughs.
I think we died and went to heaven.
So watch The Griot for timeless comedy. Check local listings.
Cars.tv. Everything cars.
Cars, 1957 410 Super America Ferrari.
Right behind me is a 612 Scaglietti, which is our top-of-a-range 12-cylinder front engine.
This has a twin supercharger system and produces 780 horsepower.
I'm here with my 1995 Ferrari 456 GT. Very fast, from 0 to 60, definitely under 6.
Be sure to watch Cars.tv. Check your local listings.
The home team, homecoming. One of 13 homecomings in HBCU football today. Hey, they come up and they take the lead.
This is how you do a great route by Malik Huggins. Just does a little shake in the beginning and stretches out. Luke Sprague put it out there perfectly. Huggins, that's right. That get down with your bad self. Luke Sprague saying, another day at the office, baby. That's how we get it done. But, Charlie, the concern for BCU was, could they stop that front line from Jackson State? First drive, they proved they can.
And that was the first touchdown reception for Mr. Huggins this year.
That's a big one.
And it's picked up at about the 23-yard line. Jackson State, of course, they have a dangerous return man themselves. And a freshman by the name of Travis Terrell. Meanwhile, let's look at our Ford starting lineups. Brought to you by Ford. Ford proud. This is Jackson State's starters. Offensive line averages 316. Evan Henry not playing today because he's injured. He's replaced in the lineup by a freshman by the name of Brian Williams. Backs and receivers, Irv Mulligan, 139 yards a week ago. Jonas Fortillion, one of the top receivers. And, of course, we'll talk about the quarterback after this play. Back to pass is Morgan. Morgan has it complete on the near side, and it's Jonas Fortillion. Johnny Harris stopping him defensively, a gain of 21. Let's look at the quarterback, Jacobian Morgan. Young man has done a great job for this Jackson State team. 6'4" junior, transferred, started his career at Syracuse, and he's from the Jackson, Mississippi area. Throws it out in the flat, has it complete, and we gain 5 yards on the play that time with Darren Marion. Of course, let's look at the defensive lineup brought to you by Ford. Okay, this is Bethune-Cookman's defense. Second in the SWAC with 19 sacks. And you look at Mr. Stinnett there and Long Washington at the linebacker spot. Here we go again. Trying to turn the corner. Not much running room that time as Kevin Washington was there to stop Herb Mulligan on the carry.
Charlie, that's what they will need all day long. Swarming defense, keeping pressure on that little toss there. What they don't want to do is give Jacobian Morgan time to throw. This guy has a cannon arm, quick release, 6'4", 227. He knows how to light it up, and he's got great rhythm with his receivers. He had a little pressure earlier on a pass starting this drive, and he was able to dump it off quickly. So he's a big threat. Up in his face will be their mantra all day if the Wildcats want to slow down Morgan.
Third down conversion now facing Jackson State, where they're 32 of 78 so far this year, which equals into 41%. Morgan throws, has a man complete right at about the 41-yard line. He'll be about a yard or two short of a first down, but Kevin Washington is there defensively to make the stop. He also had some help from his friends down there.
Yeah, Janalen Dupree, the little move here, gets open, finds some room, tries to dance and twist around. Great pursuit, but they picked up big chunky yardage. Fourth and short, looks like they may be going for it.
Well, a timeout is being called.
We'll talk about it.
And we'll take a timeout. We'll step aside. T.C. Taylor trying to get it together with his team. We'll be back.
You want more. More time for what matters. Skip the ordinary and take a detour to the extraordinary. There's so much to discover. So start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. The new, well, you know what it is. It's all in the name.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
Daddy, I've got some good news.
No more stinky roommate?
No more stinky roommate.
Smells like home now.
Smells like Febreze.
Febreze. This is how we HBCU.
Let's unretire. I got a few plays left. How about you?
Hey, Grandpa!
Grandpa? I still got it. We thought we could play.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
HBCU Go Sports Football is brought to you by Ford. Built Ford proud. And by MetaQuest. Expand your world. Daytona Beach, Florida. October, late October, and no hurricane.
Yeah,
thank goodness.
Thank God.
With all the problems they've had down here in the last month or two. But anyway, a 4th and 1 facing this Jackson State team right now for the season. They are 5 of 9 in 4th down conversions, which equals out to about a little over 50-some%.
T.C. Taylor, very confident in his team. Not surprised they're going for it. He expects it.
Straight ahead. They keep the ball on the ground, and they get it. A 2-yard gain straight into the gut. Had no problems picking up the first down on that one. And there you see number 5. That's Herb Mulligan, grad student out of Beaufort, South Carolina. Started his career at Wofford, another school in South Carolina, before transferring over to Jackson State. And of course, you know, when you talk to Jackson State, and of course, you know, when you talk to TC about all the transfers he lost after Deion Sanders left as their coach.
Whoa!
And there you go. Look at running all the way.
Easy money.
39 yards on the run by that young man, Herb Mulligan, last week. 139 yards and a touchdown. picking up where he left off a week ago.
Irv Mulligan picking up exactly where he left off. He was on fire, and that fire continues blazing. What a great run, but what a great hole, too. The line opens it up. He just times it and uses his jets. It's a track meet from there, and Irv Mulligan wins that one to the end zone. Charlie, after this kick, we got a tie ball game. Doesn't get much better than homecoming with a heck of a game.
Days up with the point after. The junior out of Boaz, Alabama. #1 scorer in the SWAC. He's made 28 of 29 point afters this season.
Money in the bank. TC Taylor's team is up on the board, and we saw the man himself, Irv Mulligan, working it, and he is this week's He Got Game showcase guy, brought to you by Jeep. There's only one. Look at Mulligan in the groove following last weekend's game where he had 138 yards rushing, nearly 8 yards a crack. Yeah, he also had a 54-yard touchdown. Mulligan's big day at the office not only helps beat rival FAMU, Mulligan was named SWAC Co-Offensive Player of the Week, and we saw it. The man has speed, the man has power, and the man has his first touchdown of the day. He got game. Rolling like a Jeep out there, Charlie.
Yes, indeed. That's Mulligan. You can't say enough about the young man out of South Carolina. They call him a bruiser. You know, he had an ankle issue last year that limited him in his ability to play, but he's come back very strong this season.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that ankle's healed up, and he's feeling pretty good, and he should be. That's a great start. So both offenses come out explosive, Charlie. Looks like we're in for a hot one.
On more than the field and the sun and the temperature, right?
Got that right. It's a frying pan. Hopefully nobody bursts into flames.
So Bethune-Cookman with their second possession of the afternoon. Luke Sprague took them down the field their first possession, 75 yards. And they did it in 7 plays. And Sprague with an 11-yard pass to Huggins.
Yeah, Charlie, I was impressed. You know, they've been trying to find their rhythm. You pointed out in the pregame that they've had 2 quarterbacks battling for it, but Sprague, he was the backup last week, but he was named captain. The team voted for him. They're big fans. They follow him, and he has been able to come in, didn't sweat not being the guy, waited for his turn, and right now after that drive, he's showing he's trying to lock in that QB1 spot.
Dennis Palmer with the ball right now, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. On the first drive, Palmer carried the ball 4 times and had 37 yards. This time it's Timon Wells who comes up to make the stop. Wells, a junior out of Hollandale, Mississippi.
Yeah, based on what we saw that opening drive, a nice balance of passing and running the ball, and that's what they're going to need all day. They need to keep the Jackson State Tigers off balance on defense, and by showing they can run and pass, they're going to keep them guessing all day long. Good start for this Wildcat offense.
2nd and 10. Sprague looking to pass. Steps up, throws, has it incomplete. Trying to get it to Palmer out of the backfield, but he was covered by his side, Kevrick Huggins, or Wiggins rather. Wiggins has 2 interceptions to his credit. One of 2 players on this Bethune-Cookman team that has, I should say Jackson State team that has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, they've been ball hawking all year long, and great pressure that time. Luke Sprague did a nice job dancing out of harm's way. Just put the ball a little behind Dennis Palmer, not able to pull it in. So they are facing 3rd and 10.
Stepping back, Sprague throws high, and great catch on the near sideline by Omari Stewart, junior out of Miami Gardens, Florida, with the Norland High there. And it's a first down. They move the chains down to the 41-yard line, a 14-yard gain on that last play.
Great athletic ability. That's called climbing the ladder. He was able to time that. It was thrown kind of high, but he made it look easy. Fly paper hands, pulls it in. Move those chains. Big 3rd down.
5'10" is Mr. Stewart, and he made it look like he was 6'10", didn't he?
Got that right.
Off to the right side again. They keep Mr. Palmer busy. What a high school career he had, Dennis Palmer, at Jensen Beach High School last year. 199 yards in 1 game.
Yeah.
He had 199 yards rushing against Stoneman Douglas on 20 attempts. He had finished the year with 1,001 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 1 touchdown on receiving.
Yeah, Charlie, Dennis Palmer is fun to watch, and I can tell you, coming straight out of high school, thrust right into a role, starting in college, that's not easy.
There's a pass out in the flat. Could have been dangerous, but it's caught and out of bounds again after the reception. We see Mr. Stewart. He's been busy. A couple of receptions on this drive so far.
Yeah, watch this. Get some help out front here. This is a great job. Just enough to deflect that defender coming up, and Stewart able to step out of bounds, pick up about 9 yards. They've got 3rd and 1.
Facing Bethune-Cookman offensively. Reese is in the backfield now. Courtney Reese with his quarterback. Bethune 1 of 2 in 3rd downs so far today. And here's Reese, gets the first down, moves the chains across midfield. Robert McDaniel there to make the stop defensively. McDaniel, tough defensive player for this Jackson State team. Meanwhile, the hurry-up, fast offense. You notice not a lot of huddling and getting ready for the next play. Let's get it over.
And they're doing a good job of moving before the snap, too, to keep the defense off balance.
This time you saw the handoff and the quarterback Sprague working under center. Most of the time they're working from the shotgun. And that time he grabbed the snap from under center.
I like what they're doing today. They're doing a good job of balanced attack here. Also patience. And they look strong here. Looks like they're kind of hitting on all cylinders. But again, the pre-snap situations where they move their formations, it's really been working wonders. They got that tight end up in more of a wing-back spot. They're getting some power and opening the lanes to run.
Reese stays in there at the running back spot. Sprague looking to pass, throws. Middle of the field, wide open is the tight end.
Marcus Velez.
The redshirt junior out of Setauket, New York.
NASCAR tempo.
Good for 22 yards.
Yeah, the NASCAR tempo offense, Daytona fast, the big man, Marcus Velez, working for the money and getting the sticks moving here. Charlie, this team looks like they've been doing this all year, but we haven't seen that in the last couple of weeks from this team. But last weekend they got it done. This weekend, more the same.
Dennis Palmer back in the lineup right now. Palmer has the ball. Palmer still on his feet. Palmer down to the 20-yard line before Sias Guthrie could make the stop.
Look at Dennis Palmer. I'm telling you, 5'10", 200 pounds. He's low to the ground. He's got that center of gravity, and he is a workhorse. Again, eating up those yards. Look at that. First 3 games, 17 yards, or 17 rushes for 72 yards. Last week, over 120 yards. Yeah. So he is finding his rhythm. And again, as a young guy, confidence and experience. He's getting both.
10th play of the drive for this Bethune-Cookman team. There's our referee. They decide to call a timeout. We haven't seen a penalty in this game. Jarvis Walker, stay quiet today.
This hurricane season.
Good heavens, absolute punishment.
Every second counts.
You don't want to be on an interstate with heavy tropical downpours.
America's most trusted news network is putting your safety first with minute-by-minute coverage, keeping you ahead of the storm.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Receive instant information from our team of meteorologists and landfall cams that bring you every angle on our TV app. This hurricane season, protecting America, only on the Weather Channel.
We the People delivers compelling cases and firm justice.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
She's smart.
Even though there are accidents that happen, you have to be willing to remedy those accidents.
She's confident.
If you've been in contact with someone who has tested positive, why wouldn't you be responsible enough to get yourself tested?
We the People, all new with Judge Lauren Lake. Check your local listings for times and channel. Style is king on the Jeffersons.
We are the Jeffersons.
And George Jefferson takes the crown.
Remember, I worked my way from the bottom up to the top.
But not before his wife tears him down.
Sometimes I call him loudmouth. I wear the pants in this family. And when you zip them up, include your mouth.
Watch the Jeffersons on the Griot Classics, your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings.
I'm Zahira Marti, and this is Zanzibar. We're just off the east coast of Africa on mydestination.tv. Karibu. You get a sense of mystery and romance here.
Isn't this beautiful?
This is truly one romantic African experience with the breathtakingly beautiful Zanzibar backdrop. I love Zanzibar.
In Daytona, we have a tied ball game. Score is 7-7. Now you're going to see Bethune-Cookman play extremely fast, and that's thanks to their team motto. They call these the 5 A's: alignment, assignment, adjustment, alert, and most importantly, attack. We spoke to Coach Woody earlier this week, and he talked about attack being the emphasis in those 5 A's. If they don't attack, all the other A's are null and void. So I'm expecting to see a lot of that during this game. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much.
She's got that right, Lorenzi. Those are all A-pluses today so far.
Palmer around the right side. Palmer still on his feet inside the 15 before Robert McDaniel could make the stop defensively. Palmer down to the 13-yard line on that run. A gain of 8 on the play.
The kid looking and feeling like a seasoned veteran. Look at the total yards right now. Both teams moving, but the second drive by Bethune-Cookman, they are on a roll, hitting on all cylinders.
This keeps up. People will be saying, where's Sprague been all season, right? Sprague's driving them. And now we got a penalty marker, maybe have a false start. First penalty of the ball game.
Step infraction. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Kristen Loving, that's the center, the junior out of Hamilton, Alabama. He started his career at Catawba before matriculating here to Daytona Beach. So it'll be first and 15. Sprague now working out of the shotgun. Palmer moves to his left. It's Palmer trying to turn the corner. Palmer spins, and Palmer's brought down immediately.
Charlie, watch this one. Minor yardage pickup, but this is what Palmer can do. He gets hit immediately, but he does the spin, gets his hand down on the ground. That is the sign of a strong, smart, talented running back. This kid is the total package.
2nd and 14. A little play action. Sprague rolls out to his right, looking, throws it into the end zone. Intercepted or incomplete, but it's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Either way, it's an incomplete pass.
Good catch back there by Cameron Smith, but yeah, clearly out of bounds. And I give full credit to the defensive backfield on that one. Sprague had time. He rolled out. He was looking. He checked 3-4 different receivers. Couldn't find anybody, so finally he just threw it out of bounds.
Bring up a 3rd down. And when you talk about Luke Sprague, he came into today's game for the season 8 of 16, 110 yards and a touchdown, and not thrown a pick all season long.
Yeah, and Coach Woody talked about this quarterback gig is still open. Sprague right now trying to make a strong case. He wants to lock it down. Senior.
Sprague from Springfield, Pennsylvania, throws
wide
open. Touchdown! Bethune-Cookman, and this time it's Lorenzo Jenkins, the sophomore from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, with his 14th reception of the year, 2nd touchdown.
Charlie, Luke Sprague in total control of this offense right now. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdown passes. That one to Lorenzo Jenkins. And I can tell you, Luke Sprague, captain of the team. We mentioned that earlier. He was selected. His team follows him, and right now he is in control like a 5-star general.
No question. Bethune-Cookman for the point after. This will be Hector. Kick is up. And that one's good. 14-7.
Well, once again, 2 drives at homecoming. They are cashing in, enjoying the home cooking. Lorenzo Jenkins rings it up. We're back in a matter of minutes.
Surprise! I see you found my gift early. Our radiant girl is ready for it all now.
Always, this is how we HBCU. Maybelline New York. Ready for takeoff.
Now boarding limitlessly and volume. Destination, longer looking lashes.
Thanks for flying sky high.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience and join us as we amplify black excellence.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
To a surprise to a lot of people, 14-7.
Great game.
Bethune-Cookman leading Jackson State here in Daytona Beach. And, of course, we know the record that Bethune-Cookman came in with. They are 1-6, 1-2 in conference play. Last year, they were 3-8, 2-6. But more importantly, this Jackson State team ranked nationally. Not only are they ranked nationally, they have won 3 straight. And they actually could very well be 5-1.
You're right, Charlie. On paper, this one says all Jackson State. But as we're seeing right now, you don't play them on paper. The Wildcats represent the jungle.
Picked up at about the 14-yard line. Trying to turn the corner. Here comes Jackson State on the kick return. Let's look at that touchdown once again as you saw Travis Terrell Jr. with that return.
All right, Charlie, watch this. Lorenzo Jenkins out here's got man-to-man, got a linebacker in there to help on the defense. But watch, Jenkins just does a little, we call this the post pattern light, the skinny post. He slips in there a little bit late on his help, so wide open. Nice job by Sprague.
Illegal blocking or back. Return team. 2-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Second penalty of the game moves the ball back to the 20-yard line, looks like. 25 make it. And that's where Jackson State gets their second possession, I should say, of the afternoon at their own 25-yard line. So, again, we know that Jacobian Morgan out of Canton, Mississippi, a little suburb of Jackson, right out near the airport, is where he hails from. His coach says he has improved every game, especially in throwing the ball from the pocket. He's done a good job there.
That's what he wanted. He wanted him to read defenses, have some patience, and right now, good start for the young man.
And a pitch off to the right side. Herb Mulligan on the carry. And Mulligan maybe 2 yards on the play.
I think, Charlie, that might have been Jeremiah Williams actually got the carry that time, number 0.
0 in the lineup. Travis Terrell.
Travis Terrell, exactly, 0. You're right.
Again, play action. And this one is complete out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And on that reception was Tyquan Henderson out of Canton, Mississippi. They were high school teammates, Mr. Henderson and Mr. Morgan.
Yeah, they've got a nice connection. You can see that rhythm. So again, the quarterback running and leading the offense right now, looking like he's very comfortable, Jacobian Morgan. We'll see if they can pressure him and not let him relax back there. That's when he can hurt you with that rocket arm. And his patterns run by his receivers have always been strong.
Keeping it on the ground, trying to get to the first down marker, but going to be short will be Travis Terrell, the junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, went to Creekside High. Carried the ball a couple times on this drive and bring up a 4th and 1.
I believe he's a freshman too, so we're seeing some young blood out there getting some work today. 4th and short again, Charlie, one more time. This time they're going to kick it away. Last time they cashed in, this time deeper in your own territory. No use taking a big risk this early in the game, especially when you're already down by a touchdown.
So this drive started at their own 25. They're going to be kicking it from their own 34. This will be the first time we've seen them punt the ball. First punt of the ball game by either team. And this is Matt Knoll, the punter. Grad student, high Nice snap. Gets it off. Good kick. Boy, look at the hang time on that.
Great kick.
It's going to go into the end zone and be brought out to the 20.
That's called out-kicking your coverage.
There's no question. But it was a great kick.
That was awesome. Big
66 yards on that kick. So let's look at that last drive by Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, Luke Sprague in control, just kind of working it when he can. They gave him great protection, been giving him really nice protection all day, hitting his tight ends, looking for his wide receivers. Then they cash it in for the touchdown to Lorenzo Jenkins. Luke Sprague on fire today, and his home team, home cooking, homecoming, all good.
First 2-touchdown passing game of his career here.
What a stat that is. 0 points scored in the first quarter in 6 of their 7 games this year. And they've already got 14.
Yeah, that's a fact. You know, they scored 3 points against South Florida. They didn't score against Mercer in the first half. And they only scored 14 against Western Michigan in the first half.
Tough to win games you're not scoring much early.
Coming to the right side, not much running room there. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all they're going to get there with Mr. Palmer on the carry. Talking about Mr. Palmer, and as you look at Coach Woody, Palmer, 2,600, 43 yards rushing in high school, a total of 3,299 and 14 touchdowns. And we'll be back.
At Bethune-Cookman University, every day starts with promise. Here, education sparks innovation, and passions drive aspirations. Faith is the first factor in a life devoted to service.
Without faith, nothing is possible, but with it, nothing is impossible.
Bethune-Cookman University, where nothing is impossible.
It's unbelievable!
Hundreds of millions of lives impacted.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Tens of thousands of live reports where the weather is happening.
Yeah, this is extreme.
Thousands of storms forecasted. 40 years of storytelling. 22 specialized and advanced field degrees. 7 innovative weather presentation patents. And a former National Hurricane Center director. 1 trusted best-in-class expert team. America's most trusted news network. The Weather Channel.
All rise. No soap opera.
Do I need to come down there?
No lying.
You owe him an apology.
Judge Hatchett has seen it all.
I guess. I told him.
You guess.
And with over 20 years on the bench, she knows when someone is trying to get away with it.
It's still a lie.
Never predictable, always powerful.
This is bigger than money.
Don't miss The Verdict with Judge Hatchett. Check your local listings for times and channel.
We ready? Yeah. It's time to address. You know we the best. Here to impress. We got you covered like you want bed rest. You can kick back, flip your headrest. Everything you need, we got excess. Just in, you ain't gotta just guess. Bringing big news and we said it best. We ready to go. Come and get it right now. We got what you like now. Every day and night now. Better get here right now.
They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I'll be gone soon, and all this will be yours.
Fred and Lamont Sanford are no exception.
You big dummy.
Where age might divide them.
I'm surprised I've been around this long with his heart. Yeah, me too.
The family business keeps them close. Find money-making schemes and big laughs on the Griot Classics. Check your local listings.
I'm Edward Delling-Williams, and I'm here in the English Channel for my new series, The French Pub. And we're about to go hunting for Normandy's lobster bounty.
The French Pub with Edward Delling-Williams.
One of my favourite things is just a quick homemade mayonnaise and a little breakfast radish. Just perfect.
An all-new series on Recipe.tv.
Back back here in Daytona. Coach TC, you knew the Wildcats were going to bring the pressure, right? Every time anyone plays Jackson State, it's like a championship game for them. How would you assess your team's performance so far?
Well, defensively, we're coming out a little flat. You know, they got to pick it up. Bethune is playing great football on offense right now. You know, they just stopped us on third down right there. So we got to be better right now and get the energy up. It's their homecoming today. We knew they was going to come up with a different energy. So we just got to clean up what we're doing and, you know, play our game.
Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Back to you guys.
And you know what's ironic is that Jackson State did not have a 3-and-out last week against Florida A&M. That was their first one. Wow. This last drive that we just saw here. And they're facing a 2nd and 10 right now. That is Bethune. Again on the right.
He's loose.
There goes Reese. Courtney Reese down the right sideline and finally pushed out of bounds in front of the Jackson State bench by B.J. Washington. He saved the day.
Charlie, I got to tell you, it is welcome to the Junko, Courtney Reese. I tell you, these guys are feeling the magic right now, working everything through the air, by the ground, eating up chunks. Big run.
At the 44-yard line of Jackson State, Bethune-Cookman, after that 37-yard run by Courtney Reese. Coming to the near side this time. Maybe a yard, and that's it. Isaias Guthrie was there defending immediately for this Jackson State. And look at the stats. First quarter, Jackson State down by 70 points. 75 points to be exact in terms of total yards. And 13 different plays, less plays.
Yeah, right now BCU is in control, Charlie, and I like the way that Luke Sprague is, again, taking control of this offense. He's 7 of 9 for passing. He's getting a lot of help on the ground, so they have a very balanced attack for homecoming.
Going to the right side with Palmer. Palmer trying to turn the corner, breaking a couple tackles before Isaias Guthrie finally brought him down, but Guthrie had trouble bringing him down himself.
Yeah, exactly. But again, the Wildcats able to do what they want to do today. Again, getting those little chunks of yardage and then breaking off big ones. So far, and we've been impressed all season long by how Jackson State's defense has been dominating with sacks, shutting down the run. Today, BCU is finding the gaps, the holes, and taking advantage.
They were ranked 2nd coming into today's game in the SWAC in run defense, giving up only 112 yards a game. 2nd and 5. Sprague throws a little bit too high. Had a man wide open out there trying to get it to Mr. Nance, the tight end, the grad student out of Eagle Lake, Florida. Just a little bit too high for him.
Yeah, Luke Sprague will want that one back. Nance is a big guy, 6'3", but Luke even, he's upset with himself. He's like, that was money in the bank. My bad, fellas. That should have been a complete pass.
So this will be the first punt of the afternoon for Bethune-Cookman. That brings on Anthony Frederick.
And one of the few mistakes Luke Sprague has made today, so I know he is frustrated, but he is having a game, and that's why the Wildcats lead this. What they need to do is try to shut down this offense one more time to not let that Jackson State Tiger engine get roaring.
Frederick out of Tampa, Florida, gets the kick away, and now unable to keep it in the field of play. They were trying, but too many gold jerseys were there in the end zone when the ball hit. 38-yard punt that time, and we'll be back. And we have a 14-7 ball game. Bethune-Cookman on top.
What's up, y'all? I'm Terrence J, and we're back for another ride with the Discover the Unexpected Fellowship. And this year, the fellows are taking over. Chevrolet is taking 10 HBCU students on an epic journey to flex their journalistic skills in the Chevy tracks. So be sure to follow the journey, because we're about to discover the unexpected.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
The twins are home from college. Okay, I see you with the fresh line.
Appreciate you, twin. A Howard man got to stay sharp and smooth for the ladies.
Yeah, right. I think you missed a spot.
Premium head-to-toe grooming by Bevel. This is how we HBCU.
This hurricane season, America's most trusted news network is putting your safety first with minute-by-minute coverage, keeping you ahead of the storm.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
This hurricane season, protecting America, only on the Weather Channel.
Located just 5 minutes from Bethune-Cookman's campus sits the Jackie Robinson Ballpark. In 1946, Robinson courageously played in his first minor league game here, laying the groundwork for breaking the color barrier in the majors just a year later. The statue in front depicts Robinson passing on his legacy to the future generations, a reminder of his courage in a quest for equality for all. Yeah, you guys, and we got the chance to speak to defensive coordinator of Bethune-Cookman, Robert Wimberly, and he told us that he actually takes his 14-year-old son to the games, and he feels extremely grateful and honored to just be living Jackie Robinson's legacy. Jackie Robinson opened up doors for him and every other coach here today. Now, you guys, what do you think about that, right?
Oh, that's always great. Of course, I've had a chance to do games in that stadium.
Yeah, man.
There's conference championships and playoffs. Great facility. Of course, we know what's happening with the World Series with the Dodgers coming out on top last night.
That's right. Freddie Freeman, walk-off grand slam.
Here's Morgan trying to turn the corner, run out of bounds in front of his own bench on the far side by Dallas Corbett. Jackson State. Mulligan, the running back, 40 yards rushing. Palmer, 61 for Jackson State. I should say Palmer, 61 for Bethune-Cookman, rather. And that's a 2nd down and 9 after a 1-yard gain by Mr. Morgan. The other thing TC talked about with Morgan is he has to protect the ball better. Don't turn it over.
Look at it go.
Into the secondary.
Dancing.
There's Mulligan. Mulligan, look at him. He's still going. And Mulligan all the way down inside the 40 to about right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 35 yards on the run.
Mulligan dancing out of harm's way. He is really a bulldozer today, showing great flashes of speed and power combination. He's a workhorse getting it done today.
It's 4 runs, 75 yards for Irv Mulligan. Grad student from Beaufort, South Carolina, as DeBula makes the stop on Mulligan this time.
And I'll tell you, Jacobian Morgan, he loves when Mulligan can get off like that because then that opens up the airwaves. So Mulligan, again, the go-to guy, they'll just keep feeding him until this Wildcat defense shows they can stop him.
2nd and 8 after that 2-yard gain. So here's the quarterback, decides to keep it, and that is Morgan. He's going to go straight ahead. He has 3 rushing touchdowns to his credit this year. As Dallas Corbett, grad student out of Columbia, South Carolina, made the stop defensively. Transferred in here to Bethune from Central Florida, University of Central Florida.
Important down here, Charlie. 3rd down and 5, trying to drive into Wildcat territory. Let's see what they come up with here. But Jacobian Morgan probably looking to the air here, trying to find a nice soft spot under that defense.
Back to pass is Morgan. Throws it, has it in, wide open in the middle of the field. And that is Isaiah Spencer. Still moving inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. But they mark it right at about the 11.
Charlie, that is the offense and the explosiveness we've seen from Jackson State this year. Jacobian Morgan, plenty of time, but a nice frozen rope in there. Isaiah Spencer able to pick it up, keeps grinding for the yards. They know they're down by 7. They're going to battle for every inch of that turf they can get.
17th reception for Mr. Spencer out of Florida, Mississippi. Again, straight ahead. Keeping it on the ground. This time coming in is Amari Matthews, a new running back out of Midlothian, Texas. That's his first carry today as Dallas Corbett made the stop.
Yeah, Irv Mulligan has been the superhero today, but even superheroes need a little break now and then. So changing it up, keeping it on the ground, giving Jacobian Morgan some time to get his throwing game together as they inch towards that end zone they can smell.
Matthews behind his quarterback in the I formation. He is not going anywhere this time.
Not this time.
Defense was right there to make the stop.
Coming up big 4-4. That is Adrian Hall Jr. Watch him just fighting off blockers, coming through, getting some help from his big brothers in the front center there, looking and feeling good. I'll tell you, Adrian Hall, he's had a season too. He's got some size, he's got some power, and he will disrupt offensive lines all season long. That's his game.
3rd down and 6. And Mulligan back in the lineup right now at the running back spot with this 3rd and 6. Facing Jackson State. The pass. Wow. Catch, but he's out of the end zone. That's Jonas Portillion. Great catch, but he was way out of the end zone as Andrew Ballmer was covering defensively for Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, he was out of bounds. What an athletic move. Look at this height. The one-handed snag for Tillian. That is why T.C. Taylor calls him the freak show.
It reminds him a lot of himself.
Yeah.
Because T.C. was quite a receiver when he played at Jackson State.
Yeah, T.C. was a legend. He played a little quarterback, then he exploded at that receiver position. Great catch out of bounds, but that shows that athleticism. Keep an eye on Jonas Portillion.
24-yard field goal is up, and it is good. And so we have a 14-10 ball game. Jackson State putting it on the board this time, and we'll be back.
Hundreds of millions of lives impacted.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Tens of thousands of live reports where the weather is happening.
Yeah, this is extreme.
Thousands of storms forecasted. 40 years of storytelling. 22 specialized and advanced field degrees. 7 innovative weather presentation patents. And a former National Hurricane Center director. One trusted best-in-class expert team. America's most trusted news network. The Weather Channel.
There's a lot happening at this hour.
Free local and national news from across the U.S.
We've got some breaking news to get to, an exclusive out of our Pentagon.
City to city, Local Now has your community covered.
Developing right now. We're getting details. We're on the phone, making calls.
Pick any city with local news and weather.
Tell you what I'm experiencing here on the ground.
All free. No matter the story, we've got you covered.
Our exclusive interview revealed new information.
Free TV that starts in your city.
She's full of unexpected surprises.
Sounds like it may be a little jealousy going on, girl.
She's friendly, firm, and always fair.
She did what was healthy for her. She's not ready. She doesn't know what she wants herself.
Justice is always served in Judge Maybelline's courtroom.
That's her business. That's none of your business. You put your foot in your mouth, honey. You wrote a check that your behind couldn't cash.
Don't miss Justice with Judge Maybelline. Check your local listings for times and channel. Cars.tv. Everything cars.
Cars, 1957 410 Super America Ferrari.
Right behind me is a 612 Scaglietti, which is our top-of-a-range 12-cylinder front engine.
This has a twin supercharger system and produces 780 horsepower.
I'm here with my 1995 Ferrari 456 GT. Very fast, from 0 to 60, definitely under 6.
Be sure to watch Cars.tv. Check your local listings.
Let's take a look at today's Did You Know, brought to you by Geico, where you get more with Geico. Early benefactors of what became Bethune-Cookman included oil baron John D. Rockefeller and James Gamble of Procter & Gamble. You had a chance to, visit a restaurant?
There's a restaurant, had the pictures up of some of the legends, Rockefeller, Procter & Gamble. And speaking of Procter & Gamble, they sponsor our pregame show. A big shout out and some love. That pregame show is spectacular, so we appreciate that partnership from Procter & Gamble as they help us fuel our mission to celebrate black college football on HBCU Go.
Yeah. Of course, we continue our quest through the SWAC next week in Huntsville, Alabama. Let's see, is that Darnell Dees at the 8-yard line? Up the gut. There he goes.
Danger man.
brought down at about the 35-yard line. Of course, next week, John and I and Laurencia will be in Alabama A&M's. They'll be hosting Southern University, who's led by their first-year head coach, Terrence Graves. He has the Jaguars poised to win the SWAC West. They're playing Florida A&M today. Be a big one. They're in the top 3 in total offense in the conference, number 2 in total defense in the SWAC, led by a young man by the name of Kelby Givens. Alabama A&M has, of course, the number 2 rusher in the conference in Donovan Eaglin. So
going back to Rocket City.
We'll get a chance to see him next week. That was trying to turn the corner on the right side. Not a lot of running room that time. Again, it's Mr. Palmer on the carry.
Well, you can tell that the Wildcats, led by Raymond Woody Jr., they have a very methodical playbook set up for today, and they've been executing with perfection. Keeping it simple, but also keeping the defense off balance with that run and pass, and also pounding it right to that right side.
Sprague in trouble.
Spinning around.
Gets it out to the near side, complete to Jenkins, and Jenkins gets it out to the 37-yard line. Back to almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, kind of a fancy short yardage play, but nice footwork. Luke Sprague, not known for his mobility like Cameron Ransom.
Holding. Offense. Number 89. 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Marcus Velez, the tight end, junior out of the state of New York, East Setauket, New York. Guilty of the holding penalty, so that moves the ball back. Not a lot of penalties in this ball game. Very well played game in terms of those type of infractions that coaches say.
Yeah, very clean, and that's something that worried Woody Jr., the head coach for Bethune-Cookman. The last, few weeks before their win last weekend, they lacked discipline, and that was disappointing him. They were having big games and big penalties that would cost them victory. We saw that. They had a chance to stop a drive. They lost a game a few weeks ago here at BCU. So discipline, lack of penalties is what they're shooting for, not lack of discipline.
Looking for a 2nd and 18. On the far side, the catch is made right in front of the Jackson State bench.
Look like Malik Huggins out there.
Gain of 9 on the play. It was Malik Huggins, junior out of Bradenton, Florida. So it brings up a 3rd and about 9. So very doable 3rd down. You don't want to get in these 3rd and long situations.
No, you don't want to play a game like that. They got those trips receivers down here on the bottom. Going to look to find someone breaking loose. They give Sprague time. He finds them.
Sprague rolling to the right. Throws. Has a man out there.
Just like that.
And a 1st down is gained. And again, there's Malik Huggins on the reception. And Mr. Huggins already has a touchdown to open the scoring in today's game from 11 yards out.
Charlie, I tell you, Luke Sprague does a nice job of getting out of the grasp of the defender right there. Finds his receiver. Big connection. Big 3rd down. Now they're 1st down and rolling.
Gain of 17 on that last play. 1st and 10. Ball resting on the Jackson State side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Sprague got away from it. Alan Walker.
Straight ahead. They keep it on the ground. They like to run this young man, the freshman, Dennis Palmer. Freshman, Jensen Beach, Florida, came into the game with 198 rushing yards. Last week, he got 126 of those.
He was strong. Sprague a strong day today. But, yeah, Dennis Palmer, I can't stress enough. As a freshman coming out, just physically the change when you go up to the level of college, but then your head is spinning with these playbooks. The kid is getting it done.
Play action. Sprague throws. Man wide open. 1st down and out of bounds. On the opposite side, that's Lorenzo Jenkins, good for 23 yards.
I'll tell you, Charles,
Pennsylvania is where he hails from.
For a guy who's getting his first start of the season, Luke Sprague is just comfortable right now. Again, his balls are right where he needs them to be. He's reading the defense and making it happen.
1st down and 10.
Joe
Jenkins
Garbino
transferred in from Pitt.
But offensive coordinator Joe Garbino's got to be very happy with what Luke Sprague is doing right now.
Again, Palmer. A couple of yards, maybe 3.
And I'll say it again.
Second and 7.
Yeah, Dennis Palmer, he's been patient. Even when there's not much running room like that, he waits and picks and chooses his holes. He is maximizing his opportunities. Only a 3-yard gain there, but that should have been shut down for no gain. He's doing a great job with them. They don't give him much, but when he has an opening, he can exploit that defense and run for daylight.
Second and 7. Amari Stewart to the bottom of your lineup. Working under center. Sprague throws. Has a man out there, knocked away at the last moment. Good defense that time by McDaniel. Robert McDaniel, grad student out of Jackson, Mississippi, who actually transferred to Jackson State from Alcorn.
Great defense getting the ball on that ham there. Thomas Nance had a chance if he doesn't get there. But, yeah, the defensive reflection, great job by Robert McDaniel knocking that one down.
3rd down and 7. Bethune 4th, 6th, and 3rd down so far today. Sprague from the gun. Sprague back to pass. Sprague looking over the middle. Has it complete to the tight end. And down to the 10-yard line. They get the first down and move the sticks. And that is Marcus Velez, rather, the junior, with that reception. That was good for 12 yards. But more importantly, they get a first down.
Got a first down, facing 3rd down again, but they're just cool, calm, and collected, chilling out here and waiting patiently. That is what Luke Sprague does. He's not the guy that's going to beat you with his legs, but he's a cerebral quarterback, and he's really utilized all his tools today through the air and on the ground.
A little play action again, throwing it out there, incomplete.
Yeah, try to run a little fancy screen kind of half pass to Courtney Reese.
Reese was the closest man to it.
Yeah, I think designing, I knew what he was looking for, but there was some defense there. He kind of put it out, but not hooking up the way I'm sure they drew that one up.
Here we go. 2nd down and 10. Bethune came in 11th in the conference. That's next to last in scoring offense, only averaging 18 points a game.
But they've really woken up.
Keeping it on the ground straight ahead. And that is Jeremiah Williams to make the stop on the freshman, Dennis Palmer.
Yeah, Charlie, the last 2 weeks for the Wildcats, whatever they're having in their Gatorade and with their Flintstone vitamins, something's working here because they look like a rejuvenated team.
5 of 7 3rd down conversions for Bethune today. They have to get to about the 2-yard line to get a first down.
They've been feeding off these 3rd downs. See what they've got this time.
Nothing doing for Mr. Palmer. Into the gut of the defense. A couple of jerseys there to make stop in the white jerseys. So it brings up 4th down, and I would say they're going to bring on their field goal kicker, Code Hector, who so far this season has only missed 1 field goal. He's 7 of 8. His longest was 48 yards. He's made 6 straight field goal attempts, and this one will be a 25-yarder. To increase the lead by 7 points. Kick is up, has the distance, and it is good. So we have a 17-10 ball game. Bethune-Cookman on top right now. It's homecoming here in Daytona Beach. They have to be happy.
You want more. More time for what matters. Skip the ordinary and take a detour to the extraordinary. There's so much to discover. So start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. The new, well, you know what it is. It's all in the name.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it? missed it! Wait a minute! There's a flag on the play!
When we're in college, we're still gonna talk every day, right?
We're twins, of course.
You know I love you, but you know you're flaky.
Good thing I use this then, huh? Seriously, Jazz. Every day, I promise.
Head and Shoulders Bare. This is how we HBCU.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
Back here in Daytona Stadium, where the score is 17-10 and Bethune-Cookman's up. But now it's time to take a look at today's band playlist brought to you by Honda. Dreams are unstoppable. Take it away, Walensky.
Hey guys, you guys are going to be in a good treat for this halftime show. We're going to welcome everybody back to Daytona Beach, Florida with Welcome to My Hood by DJ Khaled. We also have for you guys a nice, smooth, and easy, relaxing concert number, Ooh Baby Baby by Smokey Robinson. I know you guys are going to love it at home. I know the band loves it. Last but definitely not least, we have Flex by Cupid. If you know it at home, if you know it in the stands, we hope you get on the field with us, dance along, sing along, do whatever you got to do, and get up out your shoes. Hope to see you guys out there.
Yeah. Walensky. Yeah, I'm ready to dance right now, Charlie. That band's ready to go. I know you got the good shoe on.
On the good foot.
That is awesome. Walensky bringing us the playlist. We got to have good shoes on to have the good foot, Charlie.
17 points on the board for Bethune-Cookman. The second time this year they've scored that many points in the first half. Previously, they'd only scored 14 a couple times, but they scored 34 against Clark Atlanta in a game they lost toward the end of the contest in the first half. This will be brought out to the 25 with 2:31 left before halftime. Jackson State trailing by 7 points. They'll start at their own 25-yard line. Jackson State found themselves trailing 7-0, and then Mulligan with the 39-yard run tied the score at 7 apiece. They got a field goal from Baez of 24 yards, and that accounts for the points for the Jackson State Tigers. On the other side, Sprague with an 11-yard pass to Huggins, and then Sprague with a 16-yard pass to Jenkins, plus the field goal just a moment ago by Hector, makes it a 17-10 ball game.
Yeah, Jackson State comes in here, as we mentioned earlier. They're undefeated in the SWAC. They have the best record in the SWAC. They're in controlling. T.C. Taylor, he says he's really found his rhythm, kind of working hard to establish what Jackson State is all about. That is a big-time brand, and he has his team believing they've got the goods. He's got to get it going here with 2 minutes to go to close out this half to try to tie the game up.
Mulligan trying to go off the right side. Maybe 3 yards on the play. Kevin Washington, Jr., the man to make the stop there, linebacker out of Miami, Florida. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Talked about Mulligan out of Beaufort, South Carolina, transferred in from Wofford. Back to pass this time is Morgan. Morgan has it complete on the near sideline right in front of the Bethune-Cookman bench. And on the reception is Tyquan Henderson. His second reception of the day is Johnny Harris. Came up to make the stop. We have the 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back.
At Bethune-Cookman University, every day starts with promise. Here, education sparks innovation, and passions drive aspirations. Faith is the first factor in a life devoted to service.
Without faith, nothing is possible, but with it, nothing is impossible.
Bethune-Cookman University, where nothing is impossible.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the detail.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
She's astute, savvy, and witty.
You weren't thinking?
No.
Okay, your words again.
And in her courtroom, litigants are always served with sound advice.
Life goes on, you can't die with them. You need to start living.
But don't even think about arguing with her.
You brought the lawsuit. The burden is on you with the evidence. It sounds to me like you discriminated here.
Don't miss Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Pets.tv. Pets.tv is helping give your pets their best life. From navigating veterinary care during these changing times to entertaining your precious pets.
Good girl.
Plus the latest pet trends.
Lily, Gigi. You're cute, both of you.
I love you, Grace. That's all here on Pets.tv.
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection! Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings.
As we get ready for the halftime showcase, Capital One halftime showcase, the Bethune-Cookman Marching Wildcats will have first half analysis and stats. Right now, 3rd down and 2 facing Jackson State. They trail it by 7 points, and they have the ball at their own 33-yard line. Let's see what they do with it. With Morgan handing off. First down is running, and there's Mulligan. Mulligan out in front of everybody. He may go the distance. Mulligan at the touchdown. Jackson State. 67 yards.
Irv Mulligan, 5'10", 205. The young man knows how to do it. Unfortunately, there is a flag down on the play. Great run. For their sake, I hope it's not called back. But watch him. You give him a little daylight, he will make you pay. Irv Mulligan, 2 weeks in a row, he has really had a wake-up call, putting fear in defenses all over the SWAC.
Came into today's game as the #1 player in the conference in yards per game, averaging 79.5. He's way over that so far today.
Yeah, he's just getting warmed up, and it's barely halftime here. SWAC Offensive Player of the Week, Irv Mulligan. You can tell he's one of those backs.
Sideline interference. Jackson. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down. The game clock will start on the snap.
So there's no touchdown because of sideline interference. Apparently somebody ran out on the field and they didn't like it. The official on the far sideline. And if you look at the coaches over there, they're pleading their case to our referee, Jarvis Walker.
Interesting.
Jarvis Walker just went over to talk to him. As you look at Mr. Mulligan, he just went 70-some yards to have it nullified.
Doing all that work only to have it come back. Somebody just must have gotten too excited about what's happening out there. That's a heartbreaker.
And not only did they get the penalty, it happens 15 yards from the point of where the infraction occurred. So the ball is going to be spotted all the way back just inside the 50-yard line, back at the 46.
Man. You talk about a swing for Jackson State. You go from euphoria, scoring right before the half to tie the game up, to a huge penalty, ball coming all the way back. Irv Mulligan's like, all right, brother, give me the ball one more time. Let me just do this again.
First. You need some oxygen first.
Yeah, exactly. But look, he's ready. He's like fired up. He's like, I did all that work. Crazy, strange play. You don't see that very much.
So it went from what was it before? It was 67. It's down to a 20-yard game. They lost 47 yards on the play.
And lost a touchdown.
Again, keeping it on the ground, running straight ahead. And we've seen Amari Matthews carry before, and he made it that time. But Malik Stinnett out of Las Vegas, Nevada, your hometown, he made the stop defensively. It is 2nd down and 5. And they go on the left side. Watts on the stop. But the carry or the reception by Jonas Portillion. It's a young man they like to get the ball to, and it's a 1st down and 10.
Yeah, I tell you what, at 6'5", 220, you want to get that ball to him early and often. On this drive, they need to keep feeding him because they got to move these sticks about 1:15 left.
Back to pass. Morgan.
Going for it.
Wide open. It's Henderson. Can't get to it. Tyquan Henderson was wide open down the field. Just a little bit too much mustard on the hands of Jacobian Morgan.
Man, Jacobian Morgan, he will want this one back. Probably seeing his nightmares tonight. But look, had his guy 2, 3, 4 steps, just didn't put it on him. Trying to drop it in the bucket and laid it out a little too wide. They'll be coming back to that play during this game. You watch.
Johnny Harris was covering. Johnny Harris, if you remember the last time we saw Bethune-Cookman down in Huntsville, Alabama, he had a 91-yard interception that he returned for a touchdown.
That's right. That was a tough game overall, but that was a big play for the Wildcats.
2nd down and 10 now for Jackson State. Morgan throws, has a complete, but nowhere to run and nowhere to hide that time by Marvin Landy as Malik Stinnett made sure he didn't get a head of steam going.
Yeah, absolutely. Antoine Watts in there as well trying to get the tackle. So again, nice completion, but great defensive pursuit. Short gain is going to be 3rd and long.
And the clock stopped finally. I think Jackson State called a timeout with 48 seconds to go.
Well, Charlie, now that we have a break, gives us a moment to once again celebrate Mr. Charlie Neal. We did it during the pregame here. Congratulations, brother. Officially a member of the SWAC Hall of Fame. And I can tell you, we had a nice celebration on that pregame show. Brought out the cheesecake for Charlie. We know you're a big cheesecake fan.
No question.
And look at this, the celebration, the confetti, but that's appropriate. You're already in the Black College Football Hall of Fame. The SWAC was just a matter of time. I'm telling you, Charlie, the crowd went nuts. And take us through some of the people you know very well that join you.
Of course, Fred McNair, he's on the staff at Southern University. Former coach at Alcorn. Steve McNair's older brother, Hillary Bozier, was a pitcher at Grambling. Pete Richardson, a longtime coach at Southern University, who also does their broadcast right now. And of course, we say congratulations to the fellow inductees.
Congratulations to you, man. You are, I can tell you, everybody in that crowd was screaming and everybody on the set. So again, big props to you, Charlie. The SWAC giving some love to my man, Charlie Neal.
3rd down and 6 right now at the 29-yard line. Morgan throws. And it's complete.
Going back to him.
And it's again Tyquan Henderson. He gets the change to move. He gets the completion. But the clock continues to roll. It's down to 40 seconds now. Let's see what they do with this one. 1st down and 10. And straight ahead again goes Mulligan.
That clock keeps running. That's working against them, but they still got time to get it in there to tie this game up before the break.
T.C. Taylor, the coach over there. Back to pass.
One-on-one.
In the end zone. And it's caught, but is he inbound?
Outstanding play.
Was he inbound?
We'll wait for the referees to say. We see the arms up.
That's Jonas Portillion, the young man we've been talking about. You got to keep your eye on him, and that was good for 14 yards.
Charlie, they call him the Freak Show, and the Freak Show delivers. Great ball by Jacobian Morgan. Getting it to his guy. They have a great connection.
There's a flag down, though.
I do see the flag. Well, we see this replay if this one counts.
Let's see if we got another flag.
Jeez, that would be 2 touchdowns,
yeah.
Right. But again, Jacobian Morgan knows he can put it up there. He's got Portillion out there at 6'5". He made a great adjustment on the ball.
Result of the play, 6-point score. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, scoring team, number 16. That's the first of the game. The 15-yard penalty we enforced on the kickoff, one of them timed down.
So the young man who caught the touchdown pass, guilty of the infraction.
Must have celebrated here, but watch this. Look at him backing, turning. This is so hard to reach, and he gets his feet down. Great body control, great catch. The Freak looking like a monster out here. And that's the kind of combination that Morgan and Fortillion have. What a great play. And it was good defense, too, but it's tough to stop a guy who's 6'5" with that kind of athleticism.
No question about it. So the point after to tie it.
We got a game.
And it's good. With 13 seconds left here before halftime. And we're all tied at 17 apiece. Remember, Jackson State had to score twice on this drive.
Yeah, they did. That's it. You put in the work. You get one touchdown, but that's when you have things working here. And they feel the magic here. Morgan floats it up there, and again, I'm just loving the way that he can make that adjustment. The defender trying to cover a big, tall receiver. He was turning, trying to stick with him. Jonas Fortillion rising to the occasion. That young man thinking one day, maybe I can play like the freak show. Both of them right there. They're impressed. They like it. I know they're probably cheering. Looks like they got Bethune-Cookman colors on, but they got to be impressed. 10 plays, 75 yards, took just over 2 minutes right here at the end of the half. And Charlie, that's the kind of momentum you want as a coach, you look for heading into the halftime. TC Taylor said he wasn't thrilled with some of the execution he'd seen from his team in that first half, especially on defense. But momentum and having that positive energy to sit in that locker room and think about to come out on fire in the third quarter.
Remember, Jackson State won the toss, deferred, so they'll get the ball to start the second half.
That's big.
Don't forget, stay tuned for our showcase, our halftime showcase right here on HBCU Go. The Bethune-Cookman Marching Band going to do a great job, I'm sure. It's homecoming 2024. Team playing very well. And Bethune gets the ball picked up. And a Fitzpatrick. And we're not going to go into the end zone. That was Dees they were trying to get the ball to.
Yeah, man.
Dees got it in his hands, but that's not enough.
Hey, I like the circus attempt. You know, what you don't want to happen on something like that is some crazy.
Just to let y'all know, all pretty girls go to BCU.
Okay, young lady.
Wildcats.
That's right. Go Wildcats. But on a return like that, while it's fun to watch, yeah, coaches sit there and hold on tight thinking, just please don't turn it over. Some crazy bounce could turn into a touchdown the other way.
So at the 39-yard line, should be the last play of the first half, barring a defensive penalty. Bethune-Cookman, it's all tied. Trying to go around the right side. That'll be the last play of the first half. And it's Mr. Palmer on the carry. And, of course, a game a little closer than a lot of people expected in this contest. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. But, Charlie, I give big credit to BCU coming out with a strong game plan on offense, really working it, taking charge. And then defensively, for most of this half, they kept Jackson State somewhat in control. Jackson State, towards the end of the half, starting to find its rhythm. So I think this second half could be one of those that they just really light it up. I think we got a great game on our hands. Let's hope this thing continues. But I like what both teams, by the end of the half, had control on both sides of the ball.
Third time this year that Jackson State goes into the locker room with under or with 17 points or less. So it's kind of interesting to see how it comes out in the second half. We're all tied at halftime, 17 apiece in Daytona Beach.
Let's go. We're in the building, baby. Ooh, that was crazy. Travel, man. Let's go. You was in the air for like 20 minutes. You saw that vertical? You saw that dude's vertical? That's what I'm talking about. Bucket, bucket.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
Do you mind? I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
How do I get your job?
Hard work, dedication.
I'm the Capital One Bank guy.
It's like Mr. Jeter said, hard work and dedication.
What's been the highlight of your career?
And that have to be
bank guy.
Helping people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
That was close.
Downey Unstoppables. This is how we HBCU.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling, original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
Catch all the laughs here on the Griot Classics.
What you talking about, Will?
The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son, Different Strokes, The Cosby Show, 227, Good Times.
Dynamite!
Watch timeless comedy. Check local listings.
From one generation to the next, wisdom drives the journey. This is Pass the Baton, presented by Ford and the 2025 Ford Explorer.
The first thing you do when you go to class, introduce yourself to your professor. Look professional. Sit in the front. Be on time. And my advice to you is to get to know the yard. Get to know Atlanta. Get an internship. Think about everything outside of football, because I know right now it's driving. But don't let football be the outlet. People are watching Clark Atlanta. You have an excellent following, and the entire nation is paying attention to you. And I can't wait until we bring this SIAC championship home. It's going to be because you're going to meet us there.
Expectations is high. Coming from the first game, throwing 7 touchdowns, but every day we just go out there and work, get better every day, and we're going to meet the expectations.
Welcome to the Capital One Halftime Showcase on HBCU Go Sports, brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Welcome back to one of the greatest places. It's halftime here at Daytona Stadium for Bethune-Cookman's homecoming, and we have a tied ball game, 17-17, and we're going to watch the Bethune-Cookman marching Wildcats. But before that happens, let's check out HBC Go's Top 10.
1, 2, 3, yeah.
Taking a look at this week's HBCU Go Top 10 poll, we start with the FCS, where Alabama State is holding down the number 10 spot. Grambling moved up to 9th after their homecoming win over Pine Bluff. Alcorn fell to 8th after their loss to Southern. Southern moved up to 7th, while South Carolina State moved up to 6th. The number 5 spot belongs to Hampton after they crushed North Carolina A&T. FAMU's loss to Jackson State dropped the Rattlers to 4th. Tennessee State moved up to 3rd after spoiling Howard's homecoming. Jackson State is holding down the number 2 spot, with North Carolina Central, number 1, getting back to action after a bye week. They'll play Morgan State. In Division II, Fort Valley fell to 10th, while Shaw University, just a 7-point loser to our number 1 team, held on to the number 9 spot. West Virginia State lost by 2 points and remained number 8. Livingstone is 7th, with Virginia State moving up to 6th. Clark Atlanta suffered its second loss of the season and fell to 5th. Winston-Salem moved up to 4th. Miles comes in at number 3 after beating up Clark Atlanta. Virginia Union stayed in the number 2 spot, with Johnson C. Smith, the only unbeaten HBCU team, escaping with a 7-point win over Shaw to maintain the number 1 position.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready as the marching Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman take the field, led by their director, Dr. Donovan Wells. This 256-member band, along with their 14-karat gold dancers, are known for electrifying performances on some big stages. But it's homecoming, so this is the most important stage of all. Let's check them out.
best of my love. Golden girl or 14-karat gold dancer, please stand and be recognized. On behalf of Dr. Well and the entire Bethune-Cookman University family, thank you for giving us your gift of dance. Thank you for your generous donations and gifts on yesterday, and congratulations on celebrating 40 years of dance. Now, let's take a dance trip back down memory lane. CNC Music Factory, gonna make you sweat. Everybody dance now. In concert formation, paying special tribute to classes ending in 4 and 9. If you graduated in one of these classes, please stand, including my remarkable silver class of 1979 and the golden class of 1974. To the magnificent class of 1984, thank you for your $7,000 donation on yesterday. You truly embody the spirit of Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, enter to learn, depart to serve. We now feature our sophisticated fags to a tune written and arranged by 1977 graduate James Potier, directed by Director of Bands Dr. Donovan B. Wells, from the magnificent class of 1984. This only at Bethune-Cookman University. This is the only band in the world that's guaranteed to show up and show out anytime, any place. Let's go.
Well, that was amazing. I mean, who doesn't love Smokey Robinson? They had me the second they played. Ooh, baby, baby. Well, don't go anywhere because we have more of the Capital One Halftime Showcase coming up after the break.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
Hold on. This has nothing to do with the necklace.
You don't get to control what happens up in here?
Judge Ross is back with all new cases.
Did he say to you, I think you're cheating on me?
Yes.
We had you take a lie detector test.
And the same attitude.
I asked the questions up in here.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Daytime Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Case closed.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Check your local listings for times and channel. Did you hear?
I can't believe it.
The residents of 227 are on the front stoop again.
Calvin wants to show me where he goes when he wants to think about things.
Huh. Must be a very small place.
If gossip is gospel on 227,
Did you see that?
then the Griot Classics is the church.
You home early, Sandra?
My boss let me off. I have a severe headache.
Your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings. Cars.tv. Everything cars.
Cars, 1957 410 Super America Ferrari.
Right behind me is a 612 Scaglietti, which is our top-of-a-range 12-cylinder front engine.
This has a twin supercharger system and produces 780 horsepower.
I'm here with my 1995 Ferrari 456 GT. Very fast, from 0 to 60, definitely under 6.
Be sure to watch Cars.tv. Check your local listings.
Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Showcase. Now, here on HBCU Go, we love taking you guys and letting you guys know what these athletes do both on and off the field and what drives them. So this week, we got to chat with Esaias Guthrie, and he told us what it's like being a leader both on the field and off the field. So let's check it out.
Family, you know, you got to be able to take time away from the game sometimes. And I'm a father myself, so when I'm able to take time away from the game with my son and with my family, and I just stick to that. During the summertime, I get to bring him out to Jackson and have him live with me for the summertime, and so I bring him to the facility, and he'll be running around the facility or running around the football field while we work out, and just looking over there just to see him, you know, look at me, it's a different feeling, definitely. I actually had my son August 17th, so in the midst of camp, 2021 during my redshirt freshman year. And I actually had a crazy year that year, but it was also just crazy just raising a son in a dorm and also having to balance football and school. But I also went FCS Freshman All-American that year, and so I like to say that as much as I was a FCS Freshman All-American, I was an All-American dad too. And that was kind of my focus, and it allowed me to hone in on my things on the field because when I was on the field, I had to get everything I could because I knew that when I was away, my focus would be away from it. It comes with winning, you know what I mean? Accolades come with winning. As long as you're winning and doing well, you're going to get those accolades, point blank. You go to the Celebration Bowl, your quarterback's going to get what he's supposed to get, your defensive guys are going to get what he's supposed to get. It's just the way it is. We take on the characteristics of our head coach. You know, he's a legend in the FCS and the HBCU and Jackson State, and so we take that head on, and that's the type of swagger we walk with, right? We are Coach TC's guys, and that's how we play. He's really all about his guys, you know, all about family, and he'll just come to you, look, how's your family doing? Like, what? Like, away from football, how are you doing as a person? And then just to know that you walk around and see a head coach ask those type of questions, like, dang, like, it's bigger than football for him. And those are the type of things you want in a head coach, right? Because you want to be able to be on the field and know that he actually cares about me as a person, as a player. And so that just makes us go 100 times harder for him. Just trying to just give them my story, you know, let them know how I started, let them know my journey and the course that I took far beyond football, just in life. And just let them know, like, it's other people around here that's going through what you're going through. Like, you're not the only person, you know, thinking that you're going through it. So talk to the guys around you.
Wow, his story was truly inspiring. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And when we come back, John Kelly would join you right here on the field for our Capital One halftime stats and more of our Capital One halftime showcase.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go Football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Southern University Jaguars take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, Saturday, November 2nd, 3-2 Central. Watch on hbcugo.tv.
Arnold Jackson.
This is small place.
With a new family, he's got it all.
This is my kind of pan.
But he still finds a way to get in trouble.
I've never seen a black goldfish before.
That's okay. He never saw a rich white man before either.
And he's still got plenty of questions.
What you talking about, Wish?
We're talking about different strokes on the Griot Classics, your neighborhood for classic laughs. Check your local listings. She's fair.
Untrue, Your Honor.
What, you're going to have your turn.
She's inquisitive.
What in the world led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
She's very frank.
You should never start anything you're not prepared to finish.
Compassionate.
I see a family that still loves each other, and I'm glad to see it.
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams. Check your local listings for times and channel.
We have this little girl, Kaylin. Never acted before. I would say to her, okay, give me your scared face. And she really blew a hole in all of us old actors who have all of our methods of getting into an emotion and doing everything, because she could do it in one take.
ES.TV, where the stars shine. Check your local listings for times and channel.
We have officially have landfall now of Hurricane Ian.
It's nothing like any other hurricane we ever have been through.
We're the Bostons. We're here to help rebuild some of these homes.
We only allow ourselves 5 days per home.
So it's time for our crew to move on in, and we're going to ask you to head on out.
Now it's time to go inside.
Ooh, Lord have man.
That's so amazing. Now that's a fast home rescue.
The biggest comedy stars.
I give her my heart, but she wanted my what?
Kidney. Wall-to-wall laughs.
What is it called when an elderly woman has an affair?
Grandma did what?
It's the comedy game show.
There is an edible version of Scrabble.
Going to the bathroom spells disaster.
Funny you should ask. Check your local listings for times and channel.
Welcome back to the Capital One Halftime Showcase. I'm joined on the field by John Kelly. Now, John, on paper, this game looked like it was going to be one-sided, but we have a tied ball game right now.
That's right. You expect Jackson State to come in here and dominate, best record in the SWAC, but I'll tell you what, BCU, they've been putting on a show here at homecoming. This one is a tight game, and it's been exciting to watch. You've been right down here in the mix. We've got some highlights for you. Want you guys to see this one more time. We're tied up 17-all right now. Luke Sprague had it going for the home team. He had it early and off, and the first touchdown to Malik Huggins, back of the end zone. Nicely done. One more look Look at the grab there, 7-0. But look who strikes back for Jackson State University. Irv Mulligan working his magic. He busts off 34 yards. He has 121 yards in the first half on just 8 carries. Luke Sprague, one more time to Lorenzo Jenkins. They're back up 14-7 right before halftime. Watch Jonas Fortillion right there. They call him the Freak Show, and they are putting on a show right before half. And here's our stats brought to you by Capital One, our halftime stats here. In a pretty balanced game here, you see the time of possession on the side of BCU, but running, passing, both teams doing a good job. No shocker. It's all tied up at 17-all. Lorenzi, I can tell you, we expect more of the same in this second half. This is a great game to watch. It is homecoming, home cooking. They're on fire.
Thanks, John. Well, that wraps up our halftime coverage. The third quarter kickoff is next, so stay with us.
Thank you for watching the Capital One Halftime Showcase on HBCU Go Sports. Brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
What's up, Mom?
Are you brushing, flossing, keeping those teeth sparkling?
Shining bright. No, this is what Tiffany says.
Who's Tiffany?
I gotta go.
Smile. Crest has you covered. This is how we HBCU.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities. Bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Southern University Jaguars take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs Saturday, November 2nd, 3-2 Central. Watch on HBCUGO.tv.
Howdy, welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta. What's up, Philly?
Hi there, Phoenix.
Here's a look at our 5-day forecast, and it doesn't look too bad.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
NBC News exclusive you will see here first.
Here high above Hollywood.
Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Overruled. Answer the question, please.
Justice Central. Check your local listings.
We're all tied at 17 apiece here as we get ready to start the second half of this game. It's homecoming for Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach, and they jumped out to a pretty good lead. Let's look at the SWAC standings and how it stands. Let's look at the East. Jackson State, 5-2 overall, 3-0 as far as the conference is concerned, followed by Alabama State. They're leading Alabama A&M in the Magic City Classic right now. And then, of course, Florida A&M is at home against Southern University today. Southern on top of the West. We'll get a chance to see them a week from now down in Huntsville, Alabama. Of course, Alcorn is in second place. You've got Grambling, Texas Southern, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Prairie View. But again, Jackson State controlling their own destiny. Let's see what happens here in the second half. And this is a team that doesn't trail much at halftime, do they, John?
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you what, T.C. Taylor has his team in full gear this call in that first half. This one tied at 17-all, but the slow start had them a little concerned. Big credit to these. They are putting on a show. Discipline. Again, that scoreboard shows we are tied at 17 all.
With 5 games left, including today's contest, we're talking about Jackson State. They have 2 home games left. They play Arkansas Pine Bluff for homecoming next week, and then Mississippi Valley will be in Jackson for that game in a couple of weeks. And they close out the season on the road at Alabama State and Alcorn. So they have a pretty good schedule. But first of all, they have to get by Bethune-Cookman today.
You got that right, Charlie. They've got a road ahead of them, but the job at hand is right here, so they got to come back in this second half and do what they did at the end of the half.
Comes to one of the up men on the return and running in the wrong direction for Jackson State. That was not a good move that time.
Yeah,
Taquan Henderson, the receiver.
Yeah, he got that short kick, but again, probably wasn't expecting it, but he didn't have a lot of blocking in front of him, so that's called improvising.
He lost 5 yards on that one.
Yeah, I don't blame the guy, though. You get the ball suddenly, like, let me try to make a big play, and sometimes that'll cost you, but again, on a normal kick, it's usually going to be further back anyway, so they're doing all right around the 30-yard line.
So on the 31 is actually where the ball is going to be spotted. And again, Jackson State, the quarterback, Jacobian Morgan, standing back there by himself. In motion goes Spencer, and trying to come to the near side, and not much running room at all. As Antoine Watts came up to make the stop. Also had some help with Steven Sparrow, and a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, the Wildcats have had great pursuit on defense all day long, not letting anything hurt them too often. They gave up one big run to Mulligan, but for the most part, their defense has been solid.
Mulligan, 8 of 8, 121 yards and a touchdown in terms of passing. And there's throws out in the flat and hit immediately. Terrence Alexander, making sure there was not going to be any gain on that particular play to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, they dump it out in the flat to Isaiah Spencer, but great contact and great pursuit there. The defense, I'll tell you, BCU has come out inspired today, not letting Jackson State run all over them.
Third down, 3 of 6 in 3rd down conversions today for Jackson State. Man in motion coming to the near side this time is Dupree. Gets settled. Trips receivers to the right side. There goes Morgan. And Morgan is going to be a yard shy of the 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. Kevin Washington there to defend the linebacker out of Miami, Florida.
Yeah, Jacobian Morgan, that pocket collapsed on him, so he was really trying to push forward. He stretched out, didn't quite get there, so it's 4th and short. They are going for it. Once again, T.C. Taylor believes in his offense. They already got one 4th down conversion, trying for another.
4th and less than a yard. 4th and inches right now. 1 of 1 in 4th down conversions today. They are 100%. 2nd time that they've tried it on 4th down, and they get it with ease. No problem. Straight into the gut goes Mulligan, and Mulligan moves the chains before Raymond Woody III made the stop defensively.
Yeah, easy money, Charlie, going to their money man, Irv Mulligan. He's averaging over 8 yards per carry right now, so you got 4th and short. You want to just go with that insurance policy, number 5.
And you got a player down for Jackson State. Looks like one of the offensive linemen that struggling there. That's Ometrius Smith, I believe, Jr., number 62. So he calls all the line plays offensively for Jackson State. But hopefully he'll be all right and we'll be back.
You want more. More time for what matters. Skip the ordinary and take a detour to the extraordinary. There's so much to discover. So start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. The new, well, you know what it is. It's all in the name.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
Raising a family is hard.
We need help bad.
But the Evans family is always there for each other.
It sure is nice having all the family together like this.
They sure know how to have fun.
She called me ugly. That could reduce a less beautiful person to tears.
And they do it in style. Right, JJ?
Dynamite!
That's right. The Griot Classics is the place for good times. Check your local listings.
Let's look at our meta-athlete in STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Today's athletes in STEM, presented by MetaQuest. Expand your world. You got Jace Ward, Jackson State, sophomore majoring in biology, 3.4 grade point average, and Amari Jones out of Bethune-Cookman earning his degree in exercise and health science. And we look forward to see what these young men will cultivate from their careers in STEM. Meanwhile, Demetrius Smith, they helped him off the field. That's the young man, the starting center for this particular team. They already had lost Evan Henry, not playing today. Brian Williams had to step in his spot. Meanwhile, they keep the ball, that is Jackson State, on the ground. And they're still going to be about 5 yards shy of a first down. Ball spotted just prior to the midfield stripe. It'll be 2nd down and 5. 12-10 remaining. We're in the third quarter here, all tied at 17 apiece. Jackson State coming in, trying to spoil Bethune-Cookman's homecoming. Here's Morgan, throws.
Great defense.
And it is great defense that time. And that's Khalid Blake, grad student out of Winter Haven, Florida. Started his career at Missouri State.
Yeah, outstanding timing and anticipation by Blake. He really had a beat on that ball. Frozen rope coming out of Morgan's hands, but that was a great play by Blake to shut it down, forcing 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5 it is. 3 of 7 in 3rd down conversions for this Jackson State team this afternoon. So the ball spotted right, like I said, shy of the midfield stripe. Let's see what Morgan does with it on this 3rd down. Looking, throws, has it complete, and a first down is gained. And the reception made by Isaiah Spencer. And it was number 11 with the reception, Quarles, to make the stop defensively.
Charlotte just to out and running on there. So again, easy hookup, first down.
They're keeping the ball on the ground once again, running straight ahead with Mulligan. And someone loses a helmet from Bethune-Cookman.
Gain of a yard on the play. Number 90 with a stop. Dabula.
Man lost his helmet. It was the man who made the stop defensively, Ebenezer Dabula, out of Ottawa, Ontario. He's a senior. Has to sit out for at least one play. Had to bring up 2nd down and 9. Only 1 yard gain on that last run by Mulligan. Back to pass. Wide open out there. Incomplete. Closest man to it was Jonas Fortillion. He was the intended receiver on the pass from Jacobian Morgan.
Yeah, one of his favorite receivers that time just didn't get much separation. He had to just overthrow the ball, didn't want to risk getting that picked off. They will continue coming back, looking for Fortillion early and often as much as possible here.
We talked about Morgan had a hand injury last season, didn't see a lot of playing time, as this is the 11th play of this particular drive. Swack, he's 4th in passing, 76 yards per game. He has 10 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and 4th in total offense in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, averaging 202 yards per game. That's a combination of passing and running. Back to pass again. Has a man open, and that's Tyquan Henderson. Henderson very close to a first down. Antoine Watts riding him down. And let's see where they spot the ball. And there's a flag on the play.
Yes, looks like he may have gotten enough yardage. We'll have to see what this call is. Flag late on the play as well, so maybe into some kind of defense.
They got it.
50-yard penalty.
Antoine Watts was the man guilty of the penalty, so the 15-yard penalty for the face mask added on to whatever else was going on.
Yeah, you can see it right there. Yeah, riding him down, that hand coming across the face, twisting his head, so that will usually be a pretty easy call by the...
Monroe not graduated, but transferred, I should say, from the University of Louisiana Monroe. Ball spotted inside the 20 right now at about the 18. Jackson State. High formation for the quarterback. And there's the handoff to Mulligan. And Mulligan can't get out of the way of Kevin Washington, the young man out of Miami, Florida, number 14. Transferred from Fresno City College last year. He was an All-Valley MVP, and you see why.
Kevin Washington, a beast on that one. 1-4 coming through the line, corralling him, saying, not today, not on my watch.
He lost one on the play, second down and 11. Mulligan to the right of his quarterback, working out of the eye for most of the day. Mulligan has the ball, and Mulligan runs into a lot of gold jerseys there. Not much doing for him on that particular drive.
Yeah,
Dallas Corbett was one of the men there to make the stop defensively, along with Malik Stinnett. There you see Stinnett out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So to bring up a third down, 3rd and 7.
Charlie, the Wildcat defense doing a great job today of being active, being very much in that trench, not giving up a ton of stuff. They've had, again, one big busted play, but for the most part, brick wall.
Morgan throws, has it complete, and it is Dupree. Dupree inside the 5, runs out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. They'll mark it at the 3, I believe. Here's Mr. Dupree, Janalen Dupree, Jr. out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Great job of getting the arm out there at the end. Dupree stretches, smacks that cone, but its foot was out first, so they've got about 4 yards to go here to get to the end zone.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 4 or 3. They'll mark it at about the 3-yard line. Let's see what Mr. Morgan does with it this time. Mulligan behind his quarterback. Here's Mulligan. He's down to about the 1-yard line.
Can't blame him giving it to Mulligan. He has been a workhorse today, eating up yardage with every play. But again, defense doing a nice job of getting strong in that middle, not breaking.
2nd and goal. Can't get much closer than that. The ball at the 2. Mulligan. Nothing going that time. Mulligan could get into the end zone. Adrian Hall, the first man to meet him there, number 44. Redshirt junior from Rockledge, Florida. Started his career at Tennessee Tech. So to bring up a 3rd down and goal at the 1.
Great defensive surge, submarining that Jackson State line. So the defense of the Wildcats strong in the trench.
And see what they come up with at this one. This time, Mulligan gets the ball, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson State.
You got a guy by the name of Irv Mulligan that knows how to run it. You keep feeding him until he gets into the end zone, punches it in. Right now, first lead of the game, JSU.
This drive started at their own 31-yard line. Remember, they got the ball to start the second half. They've run this clock down almost 8 minutes here in the 3rd quarter.
That's right. Slow and methodical. And again, when you defer to that second half, that gives you that nice jump start in the second half.
Kick is up. It is good. And it's a 24-17 lead. Mulligan with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. He had a 39-yarder earlier in the 1st quarter. Had a long one. Call back, and we'll be back.
Timeout on the field.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the detail of
personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
We the People delivers compelling cases and firm justice.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
She's smart.
Even though there are accidents that happen, you have to be willing to remedy those accidents.
She's confident.
If you've been in contact with someone who has tested positive, why wouldn't you be responsible enough to get yourself tested? We the People, all new with Judge Lauren Lake. Check your local listings for times and channel.
We ready? Yeah. It's time to address. You know we the best. Here to impress. We got you covered like you want bed rest. You can kick back, flip your head rest. Everything you need, we got excess. Just in, you ain't gotta just guess. Bringing big news and we said it best. We ready to go. Come and get it right now. We got what you like now. Every day and night now. Better get here right now.
I'm Edward Delling-Williams, and I'm here in the English Channel for my new series, The French Pub. And we're about to go hunting for Normandy's lobster bounty.
The French Pub with Edward Delling-Williams.
One of my favourite things is just a quick homemade mayonnaise and a little breakfast radish. Just perfect.
An all-new series on Recipe.tv.
Thanks so much for sticking with us here in Daytona. You just saw Irv Mulligan get into the end zone and put his team ahead. But for Irv Mulligan, football isn't just a game. It's a lifeline. He's currently ranked first in the conference in rushing yards per game. But for each yard that he gains, it's another yard in order to honor his family's legacy. Now, in 2021, his sister Shayna lost her life to gun violence in their hometown of Beaufort, South Carolina. And just last month, another tragic loss hit his family. This time, his cousin Ariana, at age 17, was taken in a senseless shooting. He's turning his pain into purpose, you guys, and showing that his family's story won't end in tragedy, but it'll live through his success on the field.
Oh, that's a great story, Laurencia. 129 yards for him today and a pair of touchdowns. And he could have a lot more. Remember, they had one long one called back. But that's a great story. Tragedy, and the man is living through it and proving his worth running the ball for Jackson State.
Absolutely, and the intestinal fortitude. It's soul-crushing to know that he's going through that, but again, having his team around him, coaches, mentors, and his family, I can't even imagine going through that. And to see those beautiful young women in those pictures and then knowing they're gone, that is just a tough one. So God bless that family, and our prayers are with them.
No question about it, Mr. Mulligan. First possession of the second half for Bethune-Cookman. Jackson State controlled the first drive, getting the ball to start the second half, as Reed Pulliam was there to make the stop defensively. They used up 7 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock and kept the ball and went all the way down the field and scored, as no gain on that last play for Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, Luke Sprague enjoying a nice day today. He has been in control of this offense, really working it like a well-oiled machine.
Sprague back to pass. Man on the near side is caught Lorenzo Jenkins, and Jenkins has the first down. Uh-oh. No, maybe not.
Got a commotion going on here.
Maybe not. Let's see. They may be a yard shy. They spotted it he had to get to the 47. They've spotted it about the 46-yard line.
A little bit short, but a nice hook up here. This is what they've been doing all along. Very systematic, methodical, great pass, great catch, eating up the yardage. Close to a first down, but just not quite there.
5 of 8 third down conversions today for Bethune. And now we got a whistle, a flag is down, and this may be against Bethune-Cookman for a false start or legal procedure. Let's see. Normally when they blow it dead, it's against the offense.
Snap infraction. Offense. Number 55. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
And that's Kristen Loving, the center from Catawba That's where he started his career.
Yeah, Charlie, we'll want to keep an eye out here on quarterback Luke Sprague. After that play, it looks like maybe he took some kind of hit. It looks like he's walking a little gingerly on it. I mean, he's still in the game. Maybe it's just a little bang, maybe a cramp. But let's keep an eye on his leg right now because it looks like he may have taken some kind of hit or twisted one of his legs.
3rd down and 6 now for Bethune. Play action, rolling right. Steps up. Nobody's been sacked today. This will be the first one of the afternoon. First sack of the day as Reed Pullian came up to make the stop defensively on Luke Sprague.
Well, Charlie, we've seen it all season long. Jackson State making its bones on sacks. Yeah, Luke Sprague looking like he's hurting there. And on that play, they actually got to him. I don't know if his mobility has been slowed down, but great pursuit by the Tigers. They are ball hawks. They've been sack masters all year long. They finally get one today to shut down that drive. But yeah, Luke Sprague is in some pain, man. Maybe we might end up seeing last week's starter, Cameron the starter Cam Ransom.
Right. Yeah. Frederick, only the 2nd time today he's punted. That's the first sack of the day for either team. 21st for Jackson State. Running out of bounds and making the catch on the far side for Jackson State was Travis Terrell Jr., the freshman out of Atlanta. 50-yard punt. We'll be back.
What's up, Pops?
Whoa! Be careful shaving with that, son. You can't be cool with razor bumps.
Chill, Pops. This is different. Gillette Skin Guard.
Looking clean. Almost as good as your old man.
Gillette Skin Guard. This is how we HBCU.
What's up, y'all? I'm Terrence J, and we're back for another ride with the Discover the Unexpected Fellowship. And this year, the fellows are taking over. Chevrolet is taking 10 HBCU students on an epic journey to flex their journalistic skills in the Chevy tracks. So be sure to follow the journey, because we're about to discover the unexpected.
I love it. Please, Mom.
Olivia.
Finally.
Ha ha.
Nailed it. That's my line.
There's no place like Target to shop everything wicked.
Hundreds of millions of lives impacted.
Look at the wind howling through here.
Thousands of storms forecasted. 40 years of storytelling. And a former National Hurricane Center director. One trusted best-in-class expert team. The Weather Channel.
Welcome back, everybody, to Daytona Beach. It is homecoming for BCU, leading this game over Jackson State 24-17 right now. And Laurencia Moten and I are here on the field, and I can tell you, Laurencia, I feel the difference, some momentum coming out for Jackson State after that halftime break. What do you feel on that side? You're close to the team.
Yeah, John, I mean, you explained it perfectly. Jackson State's trying to play spoiler on this homecoming party, but I did just learn that Almetrius Smith Jr. will not be returning to the contest. So now with him out and Evan Henry out, there's some key players out, so I'm excited to see who will step up.
Yeah, and speaking of injuries, we'll have to keep an eye on Luke Sprague on this sideline for BCU. He's their starting QB. See if he's all right.
And you just got a shot of Raymond Woody Jr., the coach at Bethune, going around the left side. There's that man again. There's Mr. Mulligan. Still on his feet. Correction, that is not Mulligan. That's Travis Terrell, the freshman, who's been doing a great job. He's one of the top returners in terms of kick returns in the conference this year. He's a freshman out of Creekside High in Atlanta. 60 yards on the play. And it was Joshua Thornhill finally bringing him down.
Charlie, that young man knows how to run, like you said. Mama, there's that man, the kid, knowing what to do with the ball. We talked about momentum. Jackson State building.
60 yards on that run by that young man, Travis Terrell. Again, he's been known as a kick returner, one of the top kick returners in the SWAC. He was on the 4x4 relay team in high school there at Creekside High in Atlanta. Won the all-state title, was all regional. And you can see why he's so valuable to this Jackson State team and what he's done so far as a kick returner. Like I said, you have the 2 top kick returners in this game in Darnell Dees and that young man, Travis Terrell, but he made his presence felt coming out of the backfield. Again, going to the right side again, they're keeping it on the ground. This time, that's Mr. Terrell on the carry. Shelton Quarles making the stop defensively.
You know, Charlie, coaches love to see a back like Terrell in.
Now we have another quarterback that's not in the lineup. He's on the sideline. You're looking at pass under the end zone.
Wide open.
And caught. And on the reception, Isaiah Spencer. And he's taunting the defender.
You better be careful, get flags on that kind of stuff. But I'll tell you, Charlie, Jackson State must have had T.C. Taylor, must have had a halftime speech from T.C. Taylor to remember, because they have come out energized in this second half, driving down 2 touchdowns. That one, money in the bank, Isaiah Spencer.
And that caps an 85-yard drive. 23 yards on the pass play. The point after is up, and it is good, and it's 31-17. And we're here in the 3rd quarter of play. Jackson State starting to show their muzzle here in the second half.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride and pedigree, sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
This hurricane season,
Good heavens, absolute punishment.
every second counts.
You don't want to be on an interstate with heavy tropical downpours.
America's most trusted news network is putting your safety first with minute-by-minute coverage, keeping you ahead of the storm.
This is a dangerous hurricane.
Receive instant information from our team of meteorologists and landfall cams that bring you every angle on our TV app. This hurricane season, protecting America, only on the Weather Channel.
She's astute, savvy, and witty.
You weren't thinking?
No.
Okay, your words again.
And in her courtroom, litigants are always served with sound advice.
Life goes on, you can't die with them. You need to start living.
But don't even think about arguing with her.
You brought the lawsuit. The burden is on you with the evidence. It sounds to me like you discriminated here.
Don't miss Supreme Justice with Judge Karen. Check your local listings for times and channel. They say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I'll be gone soon, and all this will be yours.
Fred and Lamont Sanford are no exception,
You big dummy.
where age might divide them.
I'm surprised I've been around this long with his heart. Yeah, me too.
The family business keeps them close. Find money-making schemes and big laughs on the Griot Classics. Check your local listings.
HBCU Go Sports Football is brought to you by Honda. Dreams are unstoppable. A couple of touchdown passes. 2 different quarterbacks. That was Cameron McCoy, who threw that last touchdown pass out of Eastern Michigan University. It was good for 23 yards. And it was Isaiah Spencer on the reception. And for Isaiah Spencer, his 3rd receiving touchdown this year.
Well, Charlie, Jackson State has absolutely come out energized for the second half. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. They are hitting on all cylinders. We will see how the hometown Wildcats respond following this kick.
31-17, our score. They were all tied at 17 at halftime. Here's Darnell Dees, and he's across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
And Charlie, a good way to respond to 2 dominating drives is bust off a big play right now. 1 or 2 big plays, a shot of adrenaline in the arm. That's what they need right now. Go to the playbook, come up with something to reinvigorate their troops.
You saw that stat, 139 yards to 2 in the second half here. And it's Jackson State with the decided advantage right there as Luke Sprague comes back in. He's only had the ball 1 time here in the second half. And 4 minutes and 14 seconds is the time remaining in the third quarter. Sprague. And this is a handoff, keeping it on the ground. And again, not allowing Mr. Palmer to gain a head of steam. Maybe a yard, and that's it.
Charlie, that's that swarming Jackson State Tiger defense we've seen all year because, again, they are stacked across the board. So this second half, again, maybe they came in thinking because of the record they weren't quite stepping on the accelerator like they had, but I think this reset at halftime has their heads on straight.
2nd and 9. That was Kazarius Bowie made that stop on that last play. They back it off. First looking for a blitz. Here's Sprague. Lets it go wide open down the field is Lorenzo Jenkins. And the ball just hung up there too long.
Yeah, and it was going to be a tough one to catch anyway, but well played by the defense here.
Sprague. Yeah, Guthrie.
Yeah.
On the defensive side.
Sprague winds up. You can see he's hobbling a little bit, but he put a nice ball out there, but it was a little bit wide, so even had he caught that, probably would have landed out of bounds. But I like the fact that the Wildcats are going for it. Again, I mentioned that's how you get your team back in this game. Break off a big 1 or 2 and really remind them that these guys should be in this game.
B.J. Washington actually was the man downfield defending on the play, sophomore out of Florida, Mississippi. So it is 3rd down and 10. Bethune-Cookman. Sprague, blitz coming. In trouble, sacked for the 2nd time this afternoon. And it was True Thompson. Number 4 there, the junior out of Grayson, Georgia. Started his career at Florida State before coming over to Jackson State and a loss of 4.
Charlie, clearly this Jackson State defense is inspired. Luke Sprague is feeling the brunt of that, but you can tell the difference here. A couple of sacks. They are hitting on all cylinders right now, reminding the Wildcats why they lead the SWAC and why they are the team to watch right now. Slow first half by Jackson State. They have cranked up the volume.
2:47 the time remaining in the third quarter. Good kick. Still bouncing. This is a Bethune-Cookman bounce, and the ball dies right at about the 11-yard line.
But Charlie, that ball's actually going to come back to about the 19. Looked like somebody touched it. I saw one of the refs throw their beanbags down, so this should be out at about the 19-yard line. But again, Luke Sprague has been under pressure. That first half, he was kind of working it, dinking and dunking, throwing the balls wherever he needed, and they were breaking loose. The Jackson State defense, you talked about it, they are on fire. They know how to have the ball in control and knows for it.
At the 19-yard line, first down.
So the ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line.
They know how to do it. All those sacks.
Well, right now we're talking about coming into the game. Jackson State had 20 sacks, led the conference. Bethune was in 2nd place with 19, and right now Bethune has not a sack in their repertoire this afternoon, while Jackson State has 2. That last one you saw it a minute ago. Keeping it on the ground, bouncing it to the outside. Here we go down the side. Once again, Irv Mulligan, and he goes out of bounds.
And Charlie, I noticed Cameron McCoy now in at quarterback, taking over number 6 for this offense as Irv Mulligan does what Irv Mulligan does. We got a new quarterback in the mix as well. He was actually out in front, ran down the field blocking for Irv Mulligan. So McCoy right in the mix, putting his nose up in there.
Sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri. He was on the last drive. He was responsible for that touchdown pass that Jackson State scored to make it a 31-17 ball game. It is 1st down and 10. Straight ahead again. Just carrying people. This time it's Amari Matthews on the carry. Sheldon Quarles on the stop.
Brute force in the middle. And I'll tell you, the one thing that T.C. Taylor loves is the fact he's got a couple of star-type quality quarterbacks that he can call on at any moment. So getting some PT for the backup right now, this will be important for that home stretch if, in fact, they want to win that SWAC.
9 yards on that carry. It is 2nd down and 1. Again, going off the left side, they give it to Matthews. Matthews still rolling, and Matthews is down before he stopped by Antoine Watts. But he's all the way down to the 32-yard line of Bethune.
How about that? The big man rocking, the big man rolling.
Not a big,
like he's doing his thing.
Not a tall guy, 5'7", but weighs in at 207 pounds. As you get a look at some of the defense for Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, they've been working hard for their money. You know, late in the game, you start sucking some gas, needing some oxygen, so you look a little fatigued, and Jackson State taking advantage.
Back to pass is McCoy. Throws it out there, trying to get it into the hands of Daniel and Dupree, but Khalid Blake, number 30, he's there defending the grad student from Winter Haven, Florida.
Charlie, I've played defensive back before, and going one-on-one is one of the toughest things to do on the field. So a little hand tango here and there, but fair play. Both players trying to get some separation. Good defense. It was a nice ball, but well defended.
And Mr. Blake got his head around, so that helps a little bit. They call him the super senior, transferred in from Missouri State. Meanwhile, it is 2nd and 10 facing Jackson State. The ball at the 32-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. 2nd and 10. You saw Bennett in motion, going around the right side. They're going with Terrell. Terrell has the first down and stopped finally by Dallas Corbett. And he gains 11 and moves the chains.
Charlie.
T.C. Taylor.
Charlie, lots to like about how that young man runs. Travis Terrell, really slippery and slimy when he needs to be. And the quarterback running.
This time McCoy decides to keep it himself this time and go forward out of St. Louis, Missouri. Started his career at Eastern Michigan before transferring in. Let's see what the penalty mark is about.
Legal motion. Offense. Number 16. 5-yard penalty. Made 2nd down.
That's Jonas Fortillion, the receiver.
First down.
The redshirt sophomore who's been Mr. Everything. 3rd in receiving yards in the conference with 411. 4th in receiving yards per game with 58. And 3rd in the conference in receiving yards per catch. That was 18.
Charlie, when you're called the freak show, that's the kind of stuff you do. Always worth the
end of the 3rd quarter.
And that's the end of 3. 15 minutes of football left here. Homecoming in Daytona Beach. But it's the visitors from Jackson, Mississippi who have the edge by 14.
Amazon Fall Favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon Fall Favorites now.
So it's going to come down to this. Can they do it?
Oh no, they missed it! Wait a minute. There's a flag on the play.
My baby is home from college.
I can't wait for this to smell fresh again.
Perfect timing. Thanks, Mom. Stay right there. Welcome home. All grown up and responsible.
Gang, this is how we HBCU.
Sinner is going to be out of the British Grand Prix.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities. bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Southern University Jaguars take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs Saturday, November 2nd, 3-2 Central. Watch on hbcugo.tv.
Back here in Daytona. Coach, what do you guys had a tremendous first half, 17 points in the second game of the season that you guys have been able to do that. What are you going to need to do to get things rolling again in the final quarter?
Just got to make some adjustments. They're blitzing, opposite sides where we're checking to, so we just got to make sure that we're doing things the way we need to do them to get it back going.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck in the fourth quarter. Good luck in the fourth quarter. Thank you. Of course.
Thank you, Laurencia. What is interesting is you talk about what happened here in the second half, and we're just talking about the third quarter alone. Jackson State, 199 yards in the third quarter, just minus 1 yard, I should say, for Bethune-Cookman. They had 63 yards at halftime. They're down to 264 right now for the game. So that's not helping their cause right now. They've gone cold. That is Bethune-Cookman, because they've been sacked a couple of times. Meanwhile, Jackson State on the move. This drive started at their own 19-yard line, and they are facing a second down and 12. Remember, they had a penalty a moment ago. So it's second and 12, the ball inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. Trying to bounce to the outside and nothing doing. Bunch of gold jerseys there to make the stop. Jeremy Greaves, one of the men to make the stop on Travis Terrell. Third down and 11 now. So far today, Jackson State 7 of 11 in third down conversions. In the red zone, they're doing a pretty good job also. McCoy's come in to relieve Jacobian Morgan at the quarterback spot. That is McCoy looking to pass. Has a incomplete. In and out in Tans. Richard Mays was the intended receiver there, number 13. Richard Mays Jr. out of Ridgeland High School in Ridgeland, Mississippi.
Took a bit of a shot there, Charlie, right to the bread basket.
So to bring up a fourth down, the ball spotted right at about the 22-yard line. And they're going to try a 40-yard field goal. That is Jackson State. Beza, his longest 45 this season. Missed 2 last week, a 48 and 50-yarder. Did make 2 against Florida A&M, 36 and 37 yards. This one's up, that's the distance, and it is good. So, Jackson State adds to their lead. They lead at 34-17, a 17-point advantage. We're in the fourth quarter here, and it's homecoming for Bethune.
Welcome to Dallas.
Okay, Atlanta. What's up, Philly?
Hi there, Phoenix.
Here's a look at our 5-day forecast, and it doesn't look too bad.
Here are some of your top stories from Cheddar News on Local Now.
NBC News exclusive you will see here first.
Here high above Hollywood.
Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
She's full of unexpected surprises.
Sounds like it may be a little jealousy going on, girl.
She's friendly, firm, and always fair.
She did what was healthy for her. She's not ready. She doesn't know what she wants herself.
Justice is always served in Judge Maybelline's courtroom.
That's her business. That's none of your business. You put your foot in your mouth, honey. You wrote a check that your behind couldn't cash.
Don't miss Justice with Judge Maybelline. Check your local listings for times and channel. The biggest comedy stars.
I give her my heart, but she wanted my what?
Kidney. Wall-to-wall laughs.
What is it called when an elderly woman has an affair?
Grandma did what?
It's the comedy game show.
There is an edible version of Scrabble.
Going to the bathroom spells disaster.
Funny you should ask. Check your local listings for times and channel.
HBCU Go Sports Football is brought to you by Jeep. There's only one. The Bethune-Cookman University Marching Wildcats Band. They've been strutting their stuff all afternoon long, but their team hasn't strutted anything here in the second half.
It has been tough sledding for the Wildcats in this second half. Again, so strong in that first half, but Jackson State, they wound things up at halftime. I would have loved to have been in that locker room to listen to T.C. Taylor give that sermon, fire and brimstone, because they are responding strong.
Reese and Dees back to receive the kick. It'll come down at the 4-yard line. It'll be Dees trying to get upfield, and he gets to the 24-yard line. And that's where Bethune-Cookman will go to work first down and 10, trailing 34-17.
Yeah, they have some work to do. They have not found that rhythm they had early in the game. And again, Luke Sprague, I don't know how serious that limp was, but again, he hasn't really done what he was doing in the first half. Some of that might be some of his bodily functions. Some of that, though, huge credit to the Jackson State defense.
Yeah, well, they have a couple sacks in the ball game. They've been able to get to the quarterback. Remember, up until that point, there hadn't been any sacks. And, of course, Jackson State leads the conference in sacks with 22 now.
Yeah, they came out lighting it up right after halftime.
Sprague. Whoops. Well, the turf monster got a hold of Mr. Turner that time. Going to try to go to in around the receiver. 5'7", 150-pounder out of Corey. His name is Corey Turner out of Cedar Hill, Texas. He loses 3 to be second and 13. Yes. Daytona Stadium is where we are in Daytona Beach, Florida. Great day for football here and a great homecoming crowd for Bethune-Cookman. Started out like they were going to run away with things, and then all of a sudden the second half came and they bogged it down. It looks like we're going to have a false start. We may have a penalty marker down.
Second half.
Jarvis Walker, our referee.
Well, Charlie, that first half, just like we saw, when things are going right, that's contagious. Now in this second half for the home team, when things start going wrong, that can be contagious too. And right now they're moving in the wrong direction. But again, they just seem out of sync this half.
Yeah, last time we looked, they were minus 1 yard in the second half. They've had the ball. This is their third possession of the second half.
Oh, good catch.
Out to the 30-yard line, but still will be about 3 yards shy of a first down.
Good concentration and nice frozen rope from Sprague. Kobe Stewart pulls it in, and Sprague did a nice job. He was getting some pressure, got rid of the ball quickly.
Keeping it on the ground, and they're not going to get to the first down marker. Actually loses about a yard on the play before Tyus Martin made the stop defensively for the Tigers of Jackson State.
Momentum, confidence, that's what you see from Jackson State on defense right now. They have every answer to anything that the defense has to face, and the offense for the Wildcats right now not coming up with a lot of solutions to what they're seeing from the other side.
So they're punting it away. They're deep in their own territory at their own 31-yard line, so you don't have a whole lot of choices right now. You're down. It's 11 minutes to go in the game. I'd say if it was 4 minutes to go, right, you might go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, they do have time. They just got to get some drives going.
Fair catch called for and made right at about the 30-yard line. And we'll step aside here. And fair catch after the 39-yard punt made by Travis Terrell. We'll be
Come
back.
out on the field.
When you go to school, look for someone that uses Charmin. They know value when they see it.
Okay, Ma.
And never, ever date anyone who uses One-Ply.
Why not?
Because if they don't love themselves, they can't love you.
Charmin, this is how we HBCU.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
Question. If you can't see what's behind all this, how do you already know? It's Jeep. Probably the same way you know if a T-Rex is chasing a Jeep Wrangler.
It's getting away.
Yep. Or if it takes you places that make you say, whoa, and their hair looks like this, or someone says,
the doors come off.
Then you just know what it was, what it is, and what it always will be. Because when you're an original, there's only one.
Thanks so much for sticking with us down here on the field with an incredible story about Jackson State's offensive lineman Kirk Ford. Kirk recently signed an NIL deal with Jesus and wasted no time giving back. He surprised his favorite high school teacher at Keller High School in Texas with a $10,000 gift, you guys. Thank her for all her support and encouragement. And with players like Kirk stepping up for their communities, we're seeing the true power of NIL deals in action. What do you guys think about that?
Love that. That is an awesome story. Teachers are some of the most important people in our life. To see him, young Kirk Ford, go out of his way to go say thank you and show some love. And can I just say, Laurencia, how cool it is. Kirk Ford, 6'5", 308 pounds. He has a Jesus NIL deal. If it wasn't made up in heaven, I don't know what kind of partnership is.
He does a great job on the offensive line, too. Transferred from Navarro, Texas Junior College. As they go around the right side this
Kids time. On the move.
And there's J.D. Martin, or make that the quarterback. That's McCoy, rather. Number 6, Jaden Davis to make the stop defensively.
Cam McCoy calling his own number here, using those jets. I like that little high step at the end, a la back in the day, Walter Payton at Jackson State. Little sweetness move from the quarterback McCoy.
15 yards on the run. Jackson State continuing to pour on the stats here. Going to the right side this time again.
Ooh, big hit.
They're running it on the ground. Why not? Why put it in the air? Something bad could happen. And, of course, Mr. Mulligan looks like he's creating some havoc down there. Look at this. This is Irv Mulligan, Travis Terrell. Those are the two running backs. And Terrell could very easily hit the 100-yard mark today.
Yeah, it could be up at 200 yards, actually. Yeah, they are a two-man wrecking crew right now. And you pointed out, Charlie, this second half, they're kind of doing what they want to do. They've taken over this ball game, and that's why they're up by a couple of touchdowns.
Jackson State will be at home for their homecoming.
More room.
As you have McCoy around the corner and runs out of bounds, stops the clock, but saves himself from any further damage.
Well, that helps head coaches sleep better at night. Again, some of these young cats that got the great legs, but again, at a quarterback position, you got to take care of that cargo. But look at him go. He's just kind of dancing, bobbing, and weaving, doing what he wanted. Again, wisely just getting out of bounds, step up for another play.
When you talk to TC about the best athlete on this team, he talks about McCoy maybe being the best athlete on this Jackson State squad.
Yeah, big number 70, Kirk Ford, showing he's quite the athlete, eating up the defenders.
Off to the right side, tripped up right at the 30-yard line. It was Jay Davis who came up to make the stop. And that stop made on Travis Terrell. His 7-yard gain makes it second down and 3. Ball at the 30-yard line of Bethune-Cookman. 9:19 remaining, fourth quarter.
Look at those rush yards. They are just eating up the green today at homecoming. It's like they're outside at a barbecue getting greedy. Veritable smorgasbord on the ground.
And that's what you want.
Exactly.
Quarterback rolling right. That's Cam McCoy. And this is incomplete.
A little bit off the mark. I think he actually hit the defender in the foot on that one. Some decent coverage by Andrew Volmar. Throws behind the defender and smacks him right in the foot.
So it's 3rd down and 3 now. Seven of 12 and 3rd down conversions today for Jackson State. A little quick pitch to the right side, and there's Mulligan getting it to the 1st down and being swung out of bounds in front of the Jackson State sideline. And it was Khalid Blake who made the stop, the grad student out of Winter Haven, Florida.
Yeah, Irv Mulligan not really thrilled with the way this one finishes. He breaks loose, gets a nice chunk of yards, then gets the old dokey here. The do-si-do on the corral, throws him to the ground, barking right back like a junkyard dog.
There's nothing wrong with the tackle. There's nothing illegal about it. So the ball is spotted inside the 20. Red zone offense now for this Jackson State team.
And T.C. Taylor over there trying to calm him a little bit, saying, brother, keep it low here, man. We're doing what we paid to do.
St. Louis, the man in motion. And they're going around the right side this time.
Big smack.
And what a hit. So we got some new faces in the lineup right now for this Jackson State team. Carrying the ball that time was Bison Moss.
Man, you could see, feel, and hear that one all the way up here in the press box. I bet in your living rooms you probably felt that a little bit too. That is bringing the hit. Thornhill slamming the wood. That's called a jawbreaker.
3 and 3, 3 for 3 in red zone offense today. They put it in the end zone, going up top and knocked away. Good defense there by Andrew Volmer, making sure that pass was not caught.
Great defense here. Portillion trying to turn, but reaches right out. That's called timing again. Kind of kept him close with one hand, dove out. Perfect anticipation to break up a play that would have been a touchdown.
Volmer was the defender on that play, senior out of Plantation, Florida, who started his career at Louisiana Monroe. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now. 8 of 13 in 3rd down conversions for Jackson State. The line to gain is about the 7. In motion goes Spencer. Coming back. McCoy throws and is caught by Henderson, but not going to get far. And we got a player down for Jackson State. And that is Henderson, the man who caught the ball. Derek Thompson was the man who made the stop defensively. He's a freshman out of Tallahassee, Florida, but right now they're looking at Tyquan Henderson, senior out of Canton, Mississippi. Him and Jacobian Morgan, we talked about them earlier. They were high school teammates at Canton High School. Of course, Morgan went on to play at Syracuse before matriculating back home. Henderson went to Southern Miss. We'll step aside as they look at Mr. Henderson, and we'll be back. We're in Daytona Beach, and it's homecoming, but it's all Jackson State.
At Bethune-Cookman University, every day starts with promise. Here, education sparks innovation, and passions drive aspirations. Faith is the first factor in a life devoted to service.
Without faith, nothing is possible, but with it, nothing is impossible.
Bethune-Cookman University, where nothing is impossible.
The power of the Weather Channel, now available to everyone.
This is epic!
Trusted live coverage when it matters most is now yours to stream with the Weather Channel TV app, real-time radar, and maps that let you track all the action.
Let's get into the details.
Personalization, customization, hundreds of hours of your favorite shows, and so much more. There's never been a better way for everyone to watch the Weather Channel. Available now on these platforms. Download now to start your free 7-day trial.
Where were you last Friday evening when someone dressed in a nurse's uniform went in that hospital room and killed Jason Hartman? Where were you then?
I was with Doug.
So you were with Doug both times?
Yes.
Objection! Relevancy.
Your Honor, it is entirely possible that someone other than my client committed this murder. I have a right to pursue that possibility.
Watch Justice Central. Check your local listings. Catch all the laughs here on the Griot Classics. The Jeffersons.
Oh, hi.
Sanford and Son.
You big dummy.
Different Strokes.
What you talking about, Willis?
The Cosby Show.
Absolutely.
227.
Mary.
Good Times.
Dynamite.
Old friends. Lots of laughs.
I think we died and went to heaven.
So watch The Griot for timeless comedy. Check local listings.
Earlier today, big game in the CIAA. Winston-Salem at home against Johnson C. Smith. And here's Johnson C. Smith. Kamar Edwards with a 6-yard touchdown run. Then Darius Olean passed to Edmonds for 27 yards, 17-0. And then Winston-Salem coming back. Nareek Smith with an interception, returned for a touchdown, making it 17-7. Dalen Lee to Khalib Washington, 3-yard touchdown, 24-15 after the 2-point conversion. Final score, 24-15. Congratulations to Johnson C. Smith. They go to 8-0, the only HBCU unbeaten this season.
And you know, Charlie, when you're playing like that and you haven't lost a game, you start to feel bulletproof. Of course, no team really is, but when you think it, you make that happen. So they are on a roll, taking care of business.
29-yard field goal this time being attempted, and this one is up, and it is good. So 3 field goals today for that young man from Jackson State University. Beza has done a great job. His 3rd field goal of the day. That one's 29 yards. He's hit from 24, 39, and 29.
Well, Charlie, we've seen that offense for Jackson State starting to do it, and we've also seen their defense, so it's a very balanced effort. And then also these guys got the groove going, too, so when you're working the magic, I don't know if that's the cowboy two-step there, but whatever it works, Baez says, I'm a kicker, but I got some swag. And, you know, that's what really, but, you know, this team has really put it all together this year. They started slow, great second half, and their defense has been stepping up. They talked about on the call we had with the coaches for Jackson State, one element that keeps them really tough, gritty, focused, and nasty out there. Every Tuesday, they call it Bloody Tuesday. They come out, intense workouts, they grind, focus on turnovers, defensive drills, put some hair on their chest, and right now they're flexing on a Bloody Saturday, second half.
10-play, 59-yard drive, 4:16 off the clock. Here's his D's at the 5. D's going left. Oh, and he's at the 20, and that's it for Mr. D's.
Bringing the hammer. Tell you, we're seeing some hits out here today. Dees hasn't had a chance to do what he does and break loose, but swarming on that coverage. Let's see if that offense can crank it up.
Look at the total yards. First half of Bethune, 265. They've managed 12. Managed. You've got more yards getting back up to the booth in the second half.
Oh yeah, I probably had at least 36 yards. So I was putting my best game on. But what a big difference from one half to the next. 12 yards. That is painful.
So from the 20-yard line, Sprague in trouble.
Yeah, it's been that kind of second half. Luke Sprague's face says it all right there. The defense just swarming, and this is one of their bread and butter things. They just put that pressure, forcing quarterbacks out of their comfort zone. And when you have that kind of pressure, you never have a chance to set up. First half, Sprague did have that time, was hurting them. Second half, they came full vengeance.
2-yard gain on that run by Sprague. Luke Sprague back to pass again, has it complete out in the flat. And it's Basel, who comes out of the backfield. The grad student out of Naples, Florida, JoJo. On the reception, a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Charlie, I've been keeping my eye on that defensive line as I watch here the surge in this second half. Fatigue may be setting in. Maybe they're just supercharged or a combination of both on that defense. The push that they're getting, forcing the defense into the backfield for Boston, or I should say BCU, it's been tough.
Yeah, Boston College too. There's this. Oh boy, that was a hit. They're not considering it a fumble. The arm was going forward. So Sprague, under intense pressure, got hit just as he let that one go. And it'll bring up fourth down.
Brown, the quarterback was contacted by a defensive player. Fourth down.
See, you see that surge there? They're just pushing these guys like they're on roller skates, forcing them back, and Sprague, constant pressure. You can't get much done like that, and that's why they're punting and punting and punting.
Fourth time this second half. They only punted once in the first half. Scored 2 touchdowns, first 2 drives, punted once, and then hit a 25-yard field goal. That accounts for the 17 points. This one. Fumble, a muff. And Bethune may have a break right now. Did he recover? No. Fortunate. They got lucky on that one.
Big time.
Very big luck. Very much so, as Amari Jones bobbled that one. So it's first down and 10. Jackson State right now in control, 37-17.
Yeah,
the muff.
Just never got a handle on that. Big break by Jackson State. Almost gave that one up. But that's the concentration. A little bit of the sun, too, so they're facing right into the sun. Possibly lost that one. Went right through his arms like he had a clean shot open up like a sieve.
5th possession, second half for Jackson State. First 2 was touchdowns, last 2 field goals. And they lead it 37-17. Again, keeping it on the ground. Stinnett, who's had a pretty good game himself, doing a pretty good job, as Matthews got the call that time for the Tigers of Jackson State. We'll see them in a couple weeks when they play Mississippi Valley. They play their homecoming next week against Arkansas Pine Bluff as second down and 5. Back to pass is McCoy.
Going for it.
McCoy letting it go and dropped right into the bread basket of Eric Simmons. He just couldn't get his head around in time. You know, when you look at these receivers, John, from Jackson State, they got some size to them. You know, I call them the big boy receiving corps. You got Eric Simmons. He comes in at 6 feet. He's probably one of the shortest ones. Fortillion is 6'5". You got Mays 6'2", Spencer 6'2", Fabian McCray 6'2", Gardner 6'1", 6'3" for Henderson. I mean,
yeah, head coach T.C. Taylor says he likes his tall, stretchable receivers because he likes mismatches against the shorter DBs.
There's a quarterback keeping it. That is McCoy, and a flag on the play. He got the first down, but let's see what the flag is all about, as Thornhill made the stop defensively for Bethune.
Holding. Offense. Number 83. 10-yard penalty, spot a foul. Third down.
So that was Sebastian St. Louis, the tight end, guilty of the holding infraction. Sophomore out of Boca Raton. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 15 now for Jackson State. Clock winding down, under 5 minutes to go in this one. Going around the right side this time.
Nothing doing.
We were talking about this Jackson State team. There's a golfer by the name of Tim O'Neill who picked up a big $350,000 check last week on the PGA Tour, his first. He's 52 years old, played his golf in college under Walter Payton's older brother. Eddie Payton was the golf coach and turned that program around. And we say congratulations to Tim O'Neill.
That's a good
Turned pro in 1997 and got the big payday last weekend. 4th and 12. Fair. Caught on the far side.
Trouble.
Yeah. Not much running room that time. As Bethune-Cookman will get the ball once again after a 48-yard punt.
Time ticking away at homecoming right now. This has been a tale, Charlie Neal, of 2 halves. That first half, even though it was tied 17-all, Bethune-Cookman had looked very solid, but in the second half, their offense has ghosted. They have not been able to generate anything on that side of the ball, while the Jackson State defense has been pounding, and then the Jackson State offense went ahead and lit up the scoreboard. So that's why we're at a 20-point deficit right now for Bethune after being tied at half.
And the thing is, that was the first punt of the second half of Jackson State. They've been scoring every time they go down the field, either a touchdown or field goals. Spriggs stays in there, quarterback for the Wildcats, and he hands off. And we see Terry Lindsay now, senior out of Fort Myers, Florida, in on the carry. David Jones Jr., senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, who started his college career in Cincinnati. Now here at Jackson State. And of course, TC talked about the fact that when Deion left, he lost a lot of people. His phone kept blowing up. I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving. But he was able to bring in some quality people.
Absolutely.
It's a catch. They say it's a good catch on the near sideline, and that was Malik Huggins. He's had a pretty good game himself.
Yeah, not too bad. Nice timing here. Good ball. Gets both. Well, I don't know if he got a toe. Looked like that toe might have been on that line, but they're giving it to him. Guess at this point in the ball game, they'll let them have that.
Timeout for an injury.
But Charlie, you mentioned, T.C. Taylor taking that torch from Deion Sanders. Coach Taylor says now in his second year, he's really finding his purpose, his mission, and his real identity as a head coach. T.C. says, he's putting his spin on things. Deion was a strong personality, but he says, I have this program right now, my vision board for Jackson State football. That's high-level winning football. I want to be the best and most dominant in the SWAC.
And it wasn't only players he changed or brought in this year. He brought in 6 new coaches.
That's right. And they've really responded this year. So he has guys doing some things early in their career on that coaching staff, and the team looks like they're shining because of it.
Going around the left side is Lindsay once again. And we talked about the fact that the difference between the two coaches, of course, we know Deion is very outgoing and, he's going to make himself known. TC is just the opposite, real laid back.
Yeah, he is laid back. We saw him dance, and we showed that in the pregame about him really excited by that big victory. But he has his team rolling right now. And I loved it, Charlie. During our coaches talk, you said 5 games left on the schedule. TC Taylor said, no, Charlie, we have 7 games left, talking about the SWAC title game and then also the Celebration Bowl.
Well, 2 minutes left in this contest. And, of course, we talked about the fact that he's laid back. He said the people in the building matter. We'll be back.
You want more. More time for what matters. Skip the ordinary and take a detour to the extraordinary. There's so much to discover. So start your next adventure in America's all-time best-selling SUV. The new, well, you know what it is. It's all in the name.
Thank you, baby girl. Hey, enjoy that dishwasher while you can, because you're going to be needing these when you get to Hampton.
Cascade. This is how we HBCU.
You like watching TV shows and movies? Don't watch on that. You want a Quest. Look at that. It's a movie theater in your living room. What? And you want to go to the gym. Then you remember gyms. Bring the gym to you.
Let's do this.
That's what I'm talking about. Whoa! And do you want to play the hero or be the hero?
Wait, I could be Batman?
Yep. Bang! Time to become
the knight.
Okay, y'all. Yeah, you got this.
The best free streaming service is here. Local Now has everything you need with the channels you love.
This is a game changer.
Local news, national news, TV, and more. Local Now, free TV that starts in your city.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling, original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Southern University Jaguars take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, Saturday, November 2nd, 3-2 Central. Watch on hbcugo.tv.
Back here in Daytona, the score right now is 37-17 with Jackson State leading. Now, every team has a phrase or a motto that drives them per season. And for Jackson State, the motto is guard the yard. Now, what it means is pretty simple, right? Protect home turf, and that's exactly what they've been doing so far. Now, I spoke to Coach TC, and he shared that this mantra is more than just words, but a reminder that this season they have to control their own destiny. And a fun fact, his wife actually came up with the motto, so shout out to her.
Yeah, smart man, listening to your bride. Yes. You know, they're smarter, stronger, faster, just nod to smile.
2nd and 8 for Bethune. They played 4 home games in Jackson this year, 1 all. Beating Lane, Southern University, Alabama A&M, and Florida A&M. And they'll be at home next week for homecoming against Arkansas Pine Bluff. We'll see them in a couple of weeks when they take on Mississippi Valley. They close out the season, though. It doesn't get any easier for them because they got to travel to Alabama State, to Montgomery, and they close out the season down the road in Norman at Alcorn State. So, you know, it's nothing is given.
Absolutely. No, they've got some work ahead, but it's part of what they call the revenge tour. You know, they beat FAMU last week, and now they've got those 2 games you talked about on 2 teams that beat them last year.
Looks like we have an offsides against the defense, and this is incomplete. Minute 16 to time remaining. Offsides against Jackson State. So that'll move the chains a little bit. Make it 3rd and 2.
Incomplete pass. Before the snap, number 51 defense was in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Thought I saw that. Mr. Hargan. A little anxious that time, getting a chance to play a little bit more than he had been. So it's 3rd down and 2. Bethune-Cookman. It was tied at 17 at the half. In fact, Bethune-Cookman led 14-7. And they not going to make it. Trying to get to that 1st down marker. On the run around the left side is Terry Lindsay. Fourth and 1. This is when you go for it, 4th down.
You know what? At this point in the game, go for it on every play. I mean, you know, they're kind of conservative here late in the game, trailing by that much.
Lorenzo Jenkins all the way at the bottom of your screen. One of the receivers, sophomore, out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, but they keep it on the ground. 1st down game. So they have to go for it on 4th down. And again, it is Terry Lindsay on the carry out of Fort Myers, Florida. 5th-year senior. Gains the 1st and moves the chains. But again, there's the time remaining. 1 more play in this contest. Jackson State in the process of going 6-2, 4-0 in conference play. Long pass out there. That's going to be it. The last play, well, the clock stops with 1 second to go. Meanwhile, Bethune-Cookman falls to 1-7, 1-3 in conference play. TC, they let the clock run out. There's Mr. Sprague consoling one of his teammates, Amory Jones. TC Taylor, team doing a great job. The two coaches meet at midfield. Let's look at the standing once again. Updated. Jackson State goes to 4-0 in conference play. Of course, Alabama A&M and Alabama State down in the Magic City Classic. We don't have an update on that one yet. And Florida A&M is playing Southern University at home today. Of course, this game, Mississippi Valley still looking for their first win of the year. Bethune-Cookman, as you look at Mr. Sprague, he started and went all the way at quarterback for Bethune-Cookman. Tried to get the job done, but the man of the hour for this Jackson State team was Mr. Mulligan, and he's with our Lorenzo Moten.
Now, Irv, you had a monster game. Talk to me about what the turning point was, because it was a tied game at halftime.
Basically, we went in halftime. Our coach was a little disappointed, as he should have been. The leaders on the team was disappointed as well. So we just came in the locker room, and we didn't, tear each other up. We actually motivated each other and told us we got to get back playing JSU football. That's what we did. And you see, we came out second half playing our brand of football, and that was the change and the turning point of the game.
Now, Irv, I was able to talk to you earlier this week, and we mentioned on the broadcast what you've been going through off the field, right? And your driving forces. Talk to me about what they ignited inside of you.
And I knew this was a big tribute game for them. And I want to say that was one of the reasons why, because every time I did break a run or I got mad, I did ask myself, like, what would they do? What would they say to me? And they would tell me stop complaining and go score. So that's what I just wanted to do for them. And I got two. So I got one for my sister and I got one for my cousin.
Yes, you definitely did. Now, you guys were without some key players, right? Evan Henry was out. Talk to me about what you thought. Like, who stepped up for you guys?
Actually, we had a freshman or lineman step up, number 64, Bam. He stepped up big time for this game. I really didn't see, like, no difference or no drop-off between the position. So that was actually great seeing a freshman actually produce and play at, like, a high level. So that was pretty awesome.
Now, talk to me about the morale of this team. What are you feeling like going forward in this conference?
Well, I'll be honest. Like, ever since we beat FAMU, like, the win from last week, we kind of was, like, rolling high off of that. Like, I know we started a little slow today, but we woke it up second half, and we know what it takes to continue being a championship team and go get the championship.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, when he was talking about that freshman, Brian Williams, a young man out of Atlanta, Georgia, who took Evan Henry's place at that center spot today, or the right guard spot, I should say, and did a great job. Of course, they kept the ball moving. But more importantly, in the last two ball games, 310 yards rushing for Mr. Mulligan.
Yeah, he has been on fire. Strong day today. Almost 10 yards per carry. 18 carries, 174 yards. So he had a full day getting it done. And then on the passing side, Morgan was doing his thing back there as well. Let's go down to Lorenzo Moten with the victorious coach, J.C. Taylor.
Coach TC, congratulations on the win. And that was not an easy one. Talk to me about what this win means for your team.
It's just the next hurdle to get into December. That's what this team is built for. We're looking forward to trying to play for a celebration bowl. We knew it would be a tough game today, though. You know, it's Bethune-Cookman's homecoming. Great turnout. You know, we pulling up, seeing all the tents out there. It's homecoming atmosphere. And we took that best blow in the first half. We took that best shot. Great adjustment by my defensive staff. And at halftime, though, I went in there and I jumped on the defense pretty good and challenged them. You know, I didn't recognize that team in the first half, and that's what I told them. Offensively, we feel like we got some explosive players over there. Irv had a great game today. Jacobian played good football. Jonas has been playing good football. The young freshman, Travis Terrell, a bunch of other guys. But, you know, you just got to find a way to win games, you know, and I'm so pleased that my team came out in the second half and found a way to finish and separate in the football game like this. But hats off to Bethune-Cookman. You know, they really came out and fought their butts off today, so I have to tip my hat to those guys.
Awesome. Now, the player of the game for us was Irv Mulligan. Talk to me about his development throughout the season and what you saw from him today.
He's just getting better each and every game. You know, we lost Irv our homecoming last year against Alabama State, and he hadn't really played football till mid-season this year. So to get him back out there, you see what he can do with the ball in his hands. He's very explosive. That long run he had, you add that, if that don't get taken away, no telling what his stats look like today. But one of our true leaders on the offensive group, and he just, I think Irv has an opportunity to play pro football. He's that good at running back.
Awesome. Now, I asked Irv the same question. What's the morale like for the rest of the season, right? You guys have a couple more games, and they're not going to be easy contests.
Yeah, I mean, we know when JSU show up, everybody wants to beat Jackson State, you know, and our team understands that. But as long as we're playing good on all three phases, you know, special teams doing a good job, defense doing a good job, offense, we know we're going to have a chance to win a lot of football games. I told them that in training camp, and that's what they believe in. And, you know, when I challenge this football team, they come out and respond. You know, they come out and respond. These coaches as well, so they make my job easy, you know. But I love this team, love this staff, love these fans, and we're just looking forward to the next one. You know, we've been taking it week to week, and, you know, we know teams are going to come out and play us hard, but we just got to play our style of football, because I think when we take the field, it's us playing us. You know, that's what I talk about. If we're executing well and doing things the right way, you know, we'll get these type of outcomes in football games.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and go celebrate that win.
All right. Thank you, guys. HBCU Go. I appreciate it, man. It was a great day, great event, man. Let's go Tigers.
Well, you guys heard it here first. Coach T.C. Taylor. Now he's going to go celebrate that win, you guys. Well-deserved.
Absolutely. Yeah. TCB taking care of business.
Finally see Jackson State here on HBCU Go.
That's right. We got him coming up in a couple of weeks again, too.
He's been happy. Of course, they play Arkansas Pine Bluff next week for homecoming. Then we'll see them against Mississippi Valley. And then they hit the road to close out the season, Alabama State and Alcorn. Of course, Alcorn is always a big rivalry. They're right down the road, you know, an hour and a half away from Jackson, Mississippi, down in Norman. So it should be an interesting close of the season. Of course, 4 straight games, scoring 35 points or more for this Jackson State team. They come out victorious, and we'll be back.
HBCU Go Sports, providing fans with unparalleled access to all the sounds, flavor, and pageantry of historically black colleges and universities, bringing you up close to the exciting action, athleticism, and passion on the field. HBCU Go football returns this Saturday on HBCU Go Sports. The Southern University Jaguars take on the Alabama A&M Bulldogs Saturday, November 2nd, 3-2 Central. Watch on hbcugo.tv.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to
spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session. Check your local listings for times and channel.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country. Download our apps on Apple, Roku, and Amazon Fire for the full HBCU Go experience. And join us as we amplify black excellence.
Prove their record. And they stay unbeaten in the Eastern Division of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Of course, high school band performing a little post-game celebration for the high schools in the area to get them a chance to participate. Of course, for Bethune-Cookman, Sprague finished today 190 yards. He was 15 of 23 in the passing department. Did a good job in the first half, but they got the number in the second half.
Yeah, Luke Sprague did what he needed to do in that first half. Actually was running it very systematically, looked like in full control. But you pointed out, Charlie, in that second half, the defense from Jackson State, they just came and shut him down, put on the pressure all day long. So they owned that second half. So Luke Sprague, again, probably holding on to that number 1 quarterback spot. I thought somewhere late in the game they might go back to Cam Ransom, but they stuck with Sprague throughout, so we'll see what happens next week.
Bethune-Cookman never crossed the midfield stripe in the second half.
Yeah, it's tough to beat anybody doing that. So, again, tale of two halves. And T.C. Taylor really gave his guys a pep talk. And you heard Mulligan talking about it, too. Irv Mulligan said, we didn't start barking at each other. We weren't getting down on each other. We just said we need to step back up, show that leadership we're known for. And, again, they came out and really dominated. That's the Jackson State team in the second half we expected to see all game.
I think a pretty clean game. Not a lot of penalties, no turnovers by either team.
Which is always a plus. Every coach dreams of that, so we got that. So a lot of scoring in that first half. We liked it. It was back and forth. It was like a heavyweight bout going back and forth. As we said, Luke Sprague had his magic going, finding receivers all over the place. Really nice frozen rope there, back of the end zone. Great concentration, pulls it in. And they were grooving. They thought, homecoming, baby, this is our party. And then Irv Mulligan. I'm telling you, Charlie, if he didn't have that long run called back, he would have been over 200 yards. Again, over 170, nearly 10 yards a carry. But the BCU Wildcats fight right back. They keep in the end zone. They've got tight ends. They've got receivers everywhere. That was Lorenzo Jenkins. And then look at this catch by the Freak Show. Jonas Portillion using that body. And then Mr. Reliable, Irv Mulligan.
And we also got a chance to see two quarterbacks play for Jackson State. Of course, Jacobian Morgan started the game, but a young man by the name of Cameron McCoy finished it for them.
Yeah, he's a kid that's got some talent. They've got, as you said, the head coach calls him T.C. Taylor, says that may be my best athlete on the team, and that's saying a lot. Jackson State is loaded, so Cameron McCoy, he's got skills. Great to have that at backup, and then the homecoming crowd so excited in the first half. Second half, they're just like, well, let's go get a drink and get home.
17 apiece, that's where it was at halftime, but in the third quarter, Jackson State put up 14. They put up 6 in the fourth quarter. No scores in the second half for this Bethune-Cookman team. Let's look at some of the stats here. Of course, the total yard, 513 total yards for Jackson State, 302 for this Bethune-Cookman team. Second half total yards, Bethune-Cookman only 37 yards.
Yeah, excellent second half by Jackson State. A lot to build on. Bethune-Cookman now at 1-7, so they're really looking for an identity this year. But I can tell you, Jackson State in full control of their destiny. That's what they said. They just want to take care of business and play it business-like and really show that they can flex and be that cream of the crop in the SWAC. So far, proving it.
When you look at Jackson State, Ty Henderson, season high, 6 receptions. And I'll tell you, that's, they were spreading the ball around, different people catching the ball. And then Terrell, he rushed for a career high 86 yards. That's a young man, a freshman, who also is one of the top kick returners in the SWAC.
Yeah, some young talent. It's really been fun this year, Charlie, seeing some of these freshmen step up like seasoned veterans. And when you can do that, I mentioned it earlier in the show, it is so tough as a young 18, 19-year-old coming into a brand new setting, brand new playbook, which is tough, with a bunch of guys that are grown men, and to come in a freshman year and really do it up like that, that is beyond impressive.
Well, you're talking about the remaining schedule. We talked about this Jackson State team. Bethune-Cookman still, they have Grambling next week. Then they go to Southern, Texas Southern, and they close out the season in Orlando against Florida A&M in the Florida Classic. And we thank you for tuning in with us today. See you next Saturday in Huntsville, Alabama. For Laurencio Moten, John Kelly, Charlie Neal saying you've been watching college football on HBCU Go. We'll see you next week. 37-17, the final score here. And it's Jackson State on top of Bethune at Bethune's homecoming. So long, everyone.
HBCU Go is bringing you the best black college sports right to your home or mobile device. A celebration of black culture and excellence from HBCUs. We showcase compelling original programs that honor the rich legacy and tradition of HBCUs across the country.